What's up, everybody? Welcome to the holiday episode of the Hall of Nerds podcast. I'm Nate.
I'm Brandon.
I'm Carson, and unfortunately, Mac won't be joining us this week.
But
Okay, go
oh,
ahead.
sorry, but for the special episode, we got a very special guest, Payton, aka TooTurntTonyStark. How you doing?
Doing great, guys. Thanks for having me. I appreciate y'all letting me jump on the pod.
Yeah, of course, man. We're hyped to have you here. And to start off, we're just gonna do a little interview.
Okay,
Get to
sweet.
know you a little bit, let everyone else know stuff. Brandon, what we talking about?
I just want to know what got you into comics.
Dude, that's a great question. I always love talking about this, and I love to talk. Obviously, I'm on TikTok and everything. I love podcasts, so I love hearing myself talk. So if I ramble too long, just stop me. But dude, I've loved superheroes since I could walk. I grew up on the like Spiderman animated series, X-Men animated series. I was born in the early '90s, so like those shows were a huge part of my life. But yeah, so I didn't start reading comics until obviously I got older. I was like 4 and 5 watching those cartoons, so I was always obsessed with superheroes. And then like I was like 8 or 9, and my mom's boyfriend came back from college, and he had a Captain America comic, and it was like during the era that the Winter Soldier was being introduced, and that was like my first introduction into comic books, and so I got hooked on that. He would bring them in every time he'd come in. He'd bring me a new comic book, and that's where I started reading. And I've kind of just been a fan ever since. So superheroes my whole life, and that was like where I started with the actual medium of comic books.
So were you thrown for a loop when they like killed Cap and Bucky took over?
Yeah, I mean that was like shocking, obviously, because that was like issue 25. And like I said, I was really new to the medium, and I didn't like read the entire universe. We didn't like have the money to like I couldn't like have this big pull list or anything so that's the only thing I read was Captain America, and I think my brother was getting Amazing Spider-Man, which I'd read that too. But yeah, so when they killed him, I was like, holy shit, like what happens now? So yeah, that was jarring.
Yeah, no, that's fair. All right, well then I gotta ask basic question, but who is your favorite superhero?
It is Cap, but
Nice.
like I mean, for that
Hmm.
reason. But I am really so like if I had to pick one from each of the big two, it's Cap and Superman. I'm very basic. I love the like
Nice.
archetype hero. I mean
Hmm.
they're kind of
Yeah.
reflections of each other. So yeah, but
Definitely.
those are my favorites.
Nice.
All right. Who is your favorite villain in comic books?
Oh man, that's tough. God bless, dude. You maybe asked that too fast because like a lot of the villains that I like have been turned into anti-heroes. Like that's the thing, like Venom, even like
Mm.
obviously the Winter Soldier with that Captain America run. That was fast paced though, his journey into an anti-hero. But yeah, I always liked Venom a whole lot. It's funny, like if you go back, like growing up, I always saw Venom as just straight up a villain because like every form of media he was ever in besides the comics, he still was a villain because they never let him progress past that point. So I always have a really strong affinity for Venom. But if I had to pick somebody outside of him because he is anti-hero status now, I would just go with the Joker because I love that anarchist, like, evil for evil's sake kind of thing. I think nowadays we do a little too much sympathy for the devil with villains. So I love
Yeah.
that he's just evil. I mean
Yeah.
that's
Oh
the
yeah.
and I mean obviously obsessed with Batman.
There's like no redeemable factors for him.
Yes, yeah,
Yeah.
that's what
Oh yeah.
and I think
Well, I gotta
sometimes you just
ask.
need that.
Oh, good.
No, I'm saying like just with a villain, I think sometimes that's like with Thanos. Everybody like talks about how Thanos is such a great villain with the MCU and all that stuff, and that's great. But like in the comics, like he's just a death worshipping like son of a bitch. You know what I mean? He just
Yeah.
wants to murder.
Yeah.
He just loves
Literally
to
death
murder.
worshiping. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, so yeah, I do think we need to bring back a little like just straight up evil ass villains.
He's
Oh
he's
yeah.
Yeah.
literally in love with death, is he not? In the
Yeah,
comic?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. His primary goal is the boner. I
Yeah.
mean,
Pretty much. Yeah. Yeah.
um,
I mean, that's fair.
yeah.
I gotta ask though, who is your favorite comic writer and artist?
Let's see. All time, my favorite. God bless. That's hard. It's like picking your favorite child, because I love so many of these guys, especially these guys working nowadays. I do think, as a comic book reader, I think we're in a better space now than maybe we've ever been. I genuinely believe that too. Like, I mean, I know the sales may not reflect it, But I just think there's so much talent out there. I personally I love Donny Cates, which is funny because like I said, I love characters like Captain America and Superman, and then Donny Cates, like on the other hand, just takes characters in such a dark space. But he does everything like the way I always put it is with Donny Cates is that he writes like he has $1 million budget. Like he doesn't care to destroy your entire universe to rebuild it. You know what I mean? Like so.
Mm-hmm.
He's my favorite writer working right now, even though he's technically been off for a while. He's had an injury and stuff and hasn't been able to write. But so I'd pick him as my favorite writer. And that is very much recency bias. If you'd ask me, somebody tomorrow, I may pick somebody different. But and then artist wise, there again, it's one of those things. There's so many of them I absolutely love. But if I had to pick one, it would be Bruno Redondo, because that guy, like that, I don't think I've ever seen art that captivated me in a way that, like, I read the book and I wanted to talk about it on TikTok, and I was like, I don't think putting it in a phone does it justice. You know what I mean? I was like, reading this digitally, like, is almost an insult to how beautiful that comic book jumps off the page,
Totally.
And that was the first time in a long time I feel like I saw an artist's like work that I was just like, this, why would anyone want to read this digitally,
Was it Nightwing
Totally.
that like captivated you so much, or was it a
Yes.
different one of the
No,
Nightwing?
it was Nightwing. Yeah, it was that leaping into the light, that first art with Tom
I
Taylor.
like the way he used kind of like the comic style, like dots in the background.
Oh,
with
yeah.
it. Kind of had that like vintage look.
Oh, I love it, dude. It's amazing, and which we'll get into that. But even the way he draws, like, and Dan Mora, like, is right there for me too. There's like any Dan Mora variant cover, I'm picking up.
100%. Yep.
But there's something about the way, like I said, Dan didn't have a book that I clung to the way that I did with Bruno Redondo, like in Nightwing. Because Nightwing, Dick Grayson's always been a favorite character of mine. And I felt like with that book, I was like, wow, this is like a new place that like he hasn't been before.
Oh yeah.
It's kind of sad that his new arc doesn't have Redondo on the art.
Yeah. Well, dude, that's something that which we can get into that more later. But as a big fan of that book, and like Tom Taylor and Bruno Redondo, obviously, I almost hate to say it, but I feel like, and I obviously chime in if you all want, but I feel like that Nightwing has really, the book itself, the run itself, has really suffered because of Tom's involvement with the overall scope of DC. His obviously taking the Titans and moving them into the forefront. And, he's doing this Beastworld, and then he writes all these other Elseworld books. And I think the actual run on Nightwing has declined in quality, not from an art perspective, but from a writing perspective, because we are having to postpone so much because Tom's busy doing other things.
That's true.
Yeah, that makes total
fair.
sense.
Yeah, it's at that point where you kind of don't know where it's going to go for like the first time.
Yeah, well, so like Titan, like issue 100 was the big like, hey, the Titans are the new guys, right? And that was like the culmination of his however many issues he'd been on it at that point. Was it 15 or something like that? But there's still like things he's left at, like the whole Heartless storyline. We're like 20 some issues in, and like he's not even close to paying it off, and that was a big part of the first two arcs. And I don't even know who Heartless really, like, I know who he is, but I don't care about him. He's not been involved in enough. And so, and then we're kind of sidetracking again with this whole, we got sidetracked for one with Night Terrors, and then we're sidetracking again with Beastworld. And then also we got this entire storyline where he's a pirate now. And it just feels like all of the fun and cool stuff that was like Nightwing becoming a leader, becoming a philanthropist, and like all this stuff that he was doing in Bloodhaven, like has got thrown on the back burner for the storylines that don't really build on any of that,
Totally. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like kind of how I was feeling with the Batman run and Zdarsky with when Gotham War was going on.
Yeah. I can 100% see that. And I think that that's like a thing with big event books. I think that, the big two are really bad about, they're like, hey, we got to pump out 2, 3, 4 events a year. And it kind of puts a halt on everything else,
Right.
Night Terrors, especially. Night Terrors was just
unneeded.
It was unnecessary. Yeah,
dude. Especially like you've just done this big brand relaunch with Dawn of DC, and I know most of you all are big DC guys. And like me personally, I think they're killing it right now. I think most of their titles are really, really good. And then so you're like 3, 4 issues in, and it's like, now all of these books are turned into Night Terrors books, and it's like, why? You
Yeah.
know, like
It was
let's
very
upskill them.
annoying.
It felt like
Yeah.
they only did it just to pump out Doctor Hate. Like there was like
Yeah.
no other like need for it.
Yeah.
Like it was
Yeah.
cool. All the companions and like tie-ins were cool to like read, but it was like you said, it's unnecessary. It didn't feel like I
Right.
needed that.
And
For
they're
me,
cash
best
Plus, my
thing that
pull
came
list was
out-
like $200 a week.
Yeah, dude,
Yeah.
seriously. Best thing that came out of Night Terrors for me was just like the covers, all the variants and stuff. The art
100%. Yeah.
covers were,
Yeah,
Yeah,
were
there were
great.
some sick ones.
Yeah. Well, keeping it on the comic track, do you have a favorite ongoing?
Right now, my favorite God, dog, that's hard because so like what's happening in this week upcoming actually, so it's good timing is like there's 3 books every single like on this week that I've like moved to the top of my to read list. You know what I mean? And it's obviously Nightwing, which I am falling out of love with it a little bit, but Mark Waid's World's Finest with Dan Mora. My God,
Yes.
that's been so fun.
I just
Oh,
caught
yeah.
up. Yeah.
God,
yeah.
Amazing.
It's been
I
amazing.
wasn't even reading it, and they were telling me, they were like, "You got to catch up. It's so good." So I literally bought every
Yeah.
issue from like 11 to now, and I just read it all the way through.
Dude,
And you're caught up
it's-
now?
Yeah, I'm caught up.
Let's
Dude,
go.
well, I mean, if you've only
Yeah.
read 11 now, okay, I got you.
Yeah, I had the first 2 volumes already.
I gotcha. But yeah, no, so World's Finest is up there for me, and then Joshua Williamson Superman. I'm such a big
Yes.
Supes guy, and Josh is just absolutely killing it on every title that I've read of his so far. But
I agree.
especially his Superman. I like the this is my favorite dynamic of Superman and Lex that we've gotten in a while. It feels the most fresh. So
It is a lot of fun.
So it would probably be I would pick Superman just because that is, you know, my guy. But yeah, so that's my favorite ongoing right now.
Nice. Yeah. No, Superman and World's Finest are both up there for me.
Yeah. Yeah. Again, guys, I am long winded. So if you need to rail me in, you know, just do that.
Yeah. No worries. We all get that way too.
Yeah.
Okay. Who is your favorite Spider-Verse character? Like just
Oh.
Spider-Man person in general.
So it obviously can't be 616 Peter.
Yeah, besides
Right.
Peter.
So am I limited? Like it can't be any other version of Peter from across the Spider-Verse, or just not main universe?
No, it could be any other Peter for sure. Yeah.
Okay. God, dog, that's still tough. Okay, I asked that seamlessly now. Because I think Miguel probably. I've read a lot of Spider-Man 2099, probably a lot more than most people. I've actually read every comic that he's been in, but it's
That's awesome.
well, I mean, he's really not had many, you know, outside that original run, you know, the 90s run where he debuted. He's not really been in a whole lot. He had 2 runs in the mid 2000 or in the mid 2010s that kind of wrapped up his character. And this is something that you all may not know. A lot of people don't even know. Like the Miguel O'Hara that we have right now isn't even the original Miguel O'Hara anymore. They've like replaced him. Like they
really?
did a big
Did he die?
Interesting.
No, so they kind of gave him this like, so his next to last run, or no, actually his last run, there's this big storyline where it's revealed that he has to go back to the future. He goes back to the future in that one run like 3 times. And every time he goes back, it's like, oh shit, the future's still messed up. So he has to go back. It turns out his girlfriend in the present time was actually pregnant, but he ends up having to go home. He meets his fully grown son named Gabriel. It's this whole thing. It's really like wacky. But anyway, in Nick Spencer's run on Amazing Spider-Man, he kind of like goes through this like warping of 2099, the whole 2099 dynamic. Like they kind of tore that entire era down and launched a new universe. So that original Miguel ended up on an island, like with his girlfriend from our current time and their baby. Like, so they kind of just wrote a happy ever after for him. And then
that's cool.
we just got another Miguel, you know, running around now.
That's dope. That's rare. That's rare that they get the happy ever.
Yeah,
ending.
happy ending.
Right.
They still haven't done
Very-
it with Peter.
Yeah.
No, not
Exactly.
even close.
That's all
We're
we
moving
Never.
further away with Pete
Yeah.
than we've
I'm
ever
hoping
been.
Ultimate Spider-Man.
Ultimate Spider-Man. Yeah, I think
That's what I'm hoping.
Yeah.
Or
It
they're
looks
just gonna
like
kill him
it's-
again.
Dude, not when he's got the whole family.
Or they're gonna kill one of his kids or MJ. They're gonna do something.
Of
They always
course,
do.
yeah.
Well, so I don't know if you all picked up from the trailer, but like immediately, like Aunt May's dying. Like that is like a big
Mhm.
like, you know, a big like piece of setup for the original arc. And I know that like Norman's name is on the like plaque as well, like Norman
Yeah.
Osborn. So we've already seen pictures of the Green Goblin, so I think that's going to be Harry. And I'm assuming that maybe they'll go like the Spider-Man 2 route with the game, and they're going to have like Peter and Harry trying to be like partners, like, you know what I mean? Like both of them trying
Yeah.
to fight crime together at first, and then Harry goes dark. I don't know. I think there's a lot of like good things to build off of there, though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah. Also, Peter's going to have some tension with his son. There's like one panel they've released where like he comes into the like kitchen in the
Yep.
morning. Yeah, he kisses his daughter on the head, and like his son and him don't even look at each other. So
Ah, interesting. Okay. That's gonna be cool.
Like me and my dad. That's nice.
feels familiar.
Well,
Do y'all want to hop into some hot takes? Ben, I know you probably have some pre-written up.
let's hear what you got.
So the Tom Taylor thing was one of my hot takes. I just kind of got into it a little early, but
Yeah, no, that's fair.
I do feel like I don't know. I do feel like there is like just this drop in quality with Tom, and I love Tom Taylor, and I can't stress that enough. I know like the internet likes to shit on him a lot, which is like that's like Twitter and TikTok essentially. That's just kind of what people do. But no, I like his stuff, but I really feel like Nightwing, and that was like my big thing for him. That was like the story that got me into his books, like has really suffered because he's too involved in too many other projects. That's one of my hot takes. I don't know how you all go around on this, or
I've noticed.
I kind of
I've
agree.
noticed that like I'll see a lot of hate for Tom Taylor, and it just confuses me because I'm like they'll be bringing up stuff that I don't even realize, and I'm like I've never read a Tom Taylor book that I didn't like, wasn't fully invested in, and I was like, how are people not liking this? As like, I don't know, especially like Deceased. Like Deceased is one of the best books I've ever read.
Oh yeah.
Bad.
It was like,
You know, Deceased. I do like Tom Taylor a lot. He's definitely up there for me. Only book I don't like of his is Injustice, but everything else I do.
He's
do love.
lying. He loves Injustice.
No, I strongly
Yeah.
dislike Injustice. It's
All right. So I'm with you because I am a Superman fan.
Yeah,
And the
thank you.
damage that
Yeah,
Injustice
thank you.
has done to the image of
Exactly.
Superman
Yeah.
is irreparable. You know, I mean, I
Exactly.
know that wasn't the intention of the story, but
Yeah.
the
But it's
That's what happened.
Elseworld. We always get in this debate.
I don't
It's
even care
Elseworld.
though, but that's
I know, but the public doesn't know that.
Exactly,
And that's the problem. That's
exactly.
the problem.
That's like saying, oh, Superman's a communist and hates America because of Red Sun.
Yeah.
Like that's it's
No,
Elseworld.
but people don't know about Red Sun because it's not a video game.
Right.
That's
yeah.
fair. It'd be a dope
Yeah.
video game though.
It would be
I'd
cool.
play Russian Superman.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool.
While we're on comics, Payton has launched his own comic. Do you want to go ahead and talk about that and let them know what it's all about?
Yeah, so thanks for bringing that up, by the way. But yeah, I have a Kickstarter currently running. It's the issue is going to be called The Astounding Allstar. It's my own original character. This is the very first issue that I've written. I'm really excited about it. It's kind of like a coming of age story. So our protagonist, Jason Kelly, is he's 19 years old. He's had like this really great life, loving, supportive parents, and like all superheroes, I'm going to kill him. No, I'm just joking. But no, I mean,
the people he loves.
Yeah, no. So his parents are going to live, surprisingly enough. But yeah, so we're going to see him, kind of go from a teenager into a man, kind of going out on his own, getting away from his family, and it's like super, like obviously it's super exaggerated and like dramatic storytelling and everything because he does have superpowers. He's the first superhero in his world, in his universe. So that's going to be an interesting aspect of the story as well. But yeah, there's a lot of like just really human elements to it too. I mean, there's a lot of family drama, a lot of like conspiracy wrapped up in it. But I'm really excited about it. I've got the first 5 issues like mapped out. And issue 1 hopefully will be out sometime in late January, early February. If we can get funded. Again, there's a Kickstarter if you guys want to go support that.
And you got a big artist on it, right?
Yeah. So the artist is Julian Shaw. He works at Marvel. He's done some stuff like Moon Knight, Strange Academy. He's done some Spider-Verse stuff. We were talking about the Spider-Verse a little bit earlier. He's done some of those stories. He does a lot of like Marvel Infinity. I don't know if you all have been on the Unlimited app, but they have those Infinity stories where you like just continuously scroll. So he's done some of those, but the dude's super talented. He really captured what I wanted to capture with Allstar. He did the design too. So like I had like really shitty sketches of what I wanted, and then, he worked with me and did the character design and came up with this like very youthful look for what I wanted the character to be. I mean, that's, I really wanted to drive home. Like, he's 19. But yeah, so the artist is super talented. We got a really, really good creative team too. I mean, we've got, The colorist is Queen Lion, King Lion's wife on TikTok. If anybody watching knows them, but they have their own self-published books. They do Flame and soon to be Verses. But she's super talented. We have the letterer is Braden Boyd, who has his own comics, Shape Comics, and he did a variant cover. So yeah, like I said, just a great creative team. I couldn't be luckier to work with the kind of people that I'm getting to work with. That's the fun part of all of it, is like you get all these creative minds working on a project. And it is mine in the sense of like I created the character, but like it has to be all of ours. You know what I mean? Like everybody has to have like their own creativity and their own input on it. But yeah, and it's super fun. And like I said, I think a lot of people are going to enjoy the story.
Oh yeah, I know Nate also got a chance to like read the script prior, and I read it as well, and it was you're killing it. I'm excited to see the first issue.
I appreciate it, guys.
I was just gonna say,
yeah, Stu, I feel bad I left you out now.
No, it's okay. Hey, I pledged and I'm ready to read it. I can't wait.
Yeah. There's nothing like seeing it on the pages for the first time.
Oh
man,
exactly.
Yeah, that's the thing too, is like I would I would tell everybody the story right now if I could, you know what I mean? But like it's going to take away from the book itself, and I want people to enjoy the book. But yeah, it's I'm excited about getting everyone to read. I'm just so antsy about getting it in people's hands and like letting them see it.
Oh, I can only imagine. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. So
I appreciate it, man. And Nate, you killed it with the trailer video and everything.
Oh yeah, thank you, man. Thank you.
I
was super hyped to be a part of it, man.
Yeah, dude. Well, that's another thing. Like I said, getting to work with people creatively, it's awesome. I mean, that's the best part of. And I think that's what comic books like and the community they build like do really well, is you find other like-minded people that are have their own creative ventures and stuff like that. Even like on TikTok and obviously podcasting and YouTube. I mean, this is like a creative outlet as well. I feel like what I mean. Like you get to bring your own takes and your own thoughts and opinions to a medium that you love and share it with other people. And if that's not creativity, I don't know what is.
Yeah, no, 100% agree with you.
Do you have any questions about Allstar?
Not necessarily, except for the questions I'm about to have.
Oh yeah. All right. So we have a new segment planned. It is called Allstar Versus, and we each have some matchups planned out, and you're gonna let us know if Allstar beats them and why or why not.
I gotcha.
So get the blood flowing, make some people mad. Yeah. First off, Allstar versus Batman.
Allstar kills Batman.
All right,
dude.
There we go.
Absolutely slays him, dude. He overpowers them quick. If we're talking random encounters, and that's what we got to do with these death battle kind of things, Allstar slams. There's just nothing like Bruce has nothing in his arsenal for him right away.
Well, you don't have to give anything away, but will Allstar have a weakness like Superman does?
So no, he doesn't necessarily have a like kryptonite or some kind of weakness. If anything, the weakness that he has right now is more self-inflicted. It's more personal. So Allstar has this like life where he's been very popular. He was a great athlete in school, had a lot of friends and everything, and so he very much cares what the public thinks of him. And now he's went from always being in the spotlight to being in the biggest spotlight in the world because he is the world's only superhero. So yeah, so right now his only real hindrance is public perception.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So he doesn't have a thing that Batman could pull. Obviously, I guess he could live stream the fight and be like, "Hey, this dude's trying to."
Hey, All-Star sucks. Look.
Yeah. Yeah. So no, he doesn't have just a natural. I think that's obviously it's a creative element with Superman and everything, and I love Superman, but I didn't want to give a gag, you know what I mean? Like just something or a hack that you could easily just put him down with,
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Okay, well then let me bring it up a little bit. Miles Morales Spider-Man versus All-Star. What's happening?
All right. Strength wise and durability wise, Miles is right there with him. But speed, All-Star's just gonna outclass him in speed, and he can fly. So that's and there's other powers coming for All-Star. I can't really, so we're gonna base this off issue 1, but he is advancing as the story goes too, as far as more powers coming. But I would still give that to All-Star.
All right, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All-Star's 2-0.
All-Star versus Invincible.
Oh, and see, this is the thing, because everybody wants to compare All-Star to Invincible, their designs, their ages and everything like that. Right now, I will. Oh God, I don't want to give it to All-Star right away, he does like it's close enough that I could almost be like, hey, they would like come to a draw. But I will give it to Invincible because I think at the beginning of his story, he's probably a little stronger than what Allstar is. And like I said, Allstar doesn't have his entire power set yet. So I will currently at the moment say Invincible, but I do think in 5 issues, I would give it to Allstar.
All right.
I might be biased too, guys. So.
All right. Well, we're gonna take it up another notch and do All-Star versus the Hulk.
Oh, God. So yeah, it's the Hulk. I'm sorry. Like I would love to give it to my own character, but Hulk's just too OP, man. I mean, he's yeah, you don't like, especially after Immortal Hulk. I mean, you can't even like kill the guy. You know, I mean, there's nothing you can really do against him. If All-Star had like the big thing All-Star has is his flight, which like Hulk can jump high enough to where that may be negated. So I mean, his agility and his speed and his flight would definitely help. He's strong enough to hurt the Hulk for sure a little bit, but like at the end of the day, I think the Hulk, if he got him one good time, he might be toast. You know.
What would you compare his durability to? Like, would you say it's like Superman level durability?
Yeah, it's up there. I mean, so essentially, what's going to happen in the story? I don't care to tell the audience this is he does get like he gets involved in an accident. And he gets his dad has some friends in the military, and he gets hooked up on an experimental serum. I know people are gonna be like, "Oh, super soldier serum!" Like, there's guys, almost every story has some kind of serum. Every comics universe has it. But yeah, so he's gonna get it. But like the thing with this serum is, it's not supposed to make him as strong as he is. Like, he's not supposed to fly. They can't like at first they're like shocked at the fact that he can do that. But yeah, he is like he's bulletproof. Like. You know, I mean, there's no caliber of bullet that's really going to penetrate his skin. Now, like RPGs, explosive stuff like that can like hurt him for sure, but like it's not going to put him down right away. You know, it would take a lot to really get to him. So,
okay. Well, then what about mix up? We've been doing a lot of kind of just like punchers, guys with strength, interesting powers. Storm versus All-Star. Storm from X-Men.
God, dog. Well, I mean, so. The thing with Storm is like this is one of those things again, I'm going to keep saying it, but maybe I would say maybe All-Star in a couple of issues, but like right now, I mean, she's the goddess of the weather, you know. I mean, she's just like she's too OP. I mean, even if you like read what she's doing in Immortal Thor, you know, I mean, and coming and helping the Thor Corps or whatever, that was sick, by the way. But yeah, no, she has too much readily available control. She's an Omega level mutant, you know. I mean, she can like control the atmosphere of an entire planet at one time. So he's probably cooked, you know. I mean, at the moment. But.
At this point, you can blindly pick an X-Men, and they're the most OP thing in all of Marvel.
Well, like, that's what's I mean, especially with the Omega. I mean, that's what the Omega levels are. Is like there's no upper limit. It's like we have no idea how much they could do, you know. Which is funny because you get guys like Bobby, and like Bobby, yeah, he's an Omega level mutant, and he's done some crazy shit, but he doesn't do it on a regular basis, you know. Like, I mean, he gets like he has a hard time fighting Sentinels sometimes, you know. It's like very inconsistent with what they do with Iceman. But yeah, like characters like Storm and like you said, well, hell, Legion. You know, you've got one mutant with like 200 Omega level mutants inside of them, you know?
Yeah.
But.
Okay. All-Star versus Thor.
God. I mean, it's Thor. But like All-Star would give him a hell of a fight. And speed-wise, I think that he could definitely like kind of match Thor in speed. I mean, but Thor is also the All-Father right now, you know. I mean, so he has the complete Odin Force, Thor Force now, whatever you want to call it. I mean, Thor killed Galactus, you know. I mean, that's just it's too much for my guy right now. He's just 19, you know what I mean? Like he's learning.
Thor's got some years under the belt.
Yeah, for sure. So he's young.
Do you think All-Star's worthy to pick up his hammer?
That is a great question, actually. I would say not yet. I think that like he has the characteristics, but I think he has to mature. That's the big thing for him. I think he has to be a little more sure of himself. Maybe even go on an arc kind of like Thor, because right now he's a little hot-headed, a little bullheaded. He rushes into things, doesn't really think like he should. So yeah, I would say maybe one day I think he could definitely be, but no, right now I don't think he would. But you know, I mean, like, hey, like Peter Parker technically isn't worthy, you know. I mean, so like that's not It's not saying that he's a bad guy or anything, but I just don't think he's reached that level yet.
Fair enough.
All right. Well, this was a suggestion from Mac, who could not be here, but All-Star versus Spawn.
Oh shit. God, okay. I know Spawn fans are like ride or die. I don't know if you all have ever interacted with Spawn fans, but they are like all behind the guy.
They're intense.
I'm gonna give it to All-Star.
Okay, all right, there we go. I don't know anything about Spawn really, to be honest, so I'm giving it to All-Star too.
Basically the devil at this point.
Yeah,
right?
that's what I was gonna say. He's a little cracked. Like, I mean,
all right,
it's OP, but also I kind of want the engagement from Spawn fans. So
there we go. There we go.
Just the clickbait.
Yeah. You gotta play the game a little bit.
We'll have this title All-Star beats Spawn.
Yeah, there you go. This one might be tough, but I gotta ask. This is my favorite character, Flash versus All-Star. Barry Allen Flash.
That.
Yeah,
I knew you were gonna do that. He speed steals, right? Like, I mean, there's just no, I mean, like All-Star's fast enough to like cross the ocean in a matter of like, minutes. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
So he's fast, but he's not very fast. I mean, he's not,
all right, yeah.
He's not Wally fast, I mean, but so I mean, for that reason, I mean, the speedsters, dude, are just you can't beat them really. I mean,
they're broken.
Yeah,
unless you got an ice gun or something.
Right? Yeah, that's the thing.
You just happen to have a gun that shoots fire for some reason.
Yeah.
Or if you spin in a circle fast enough, apparently that's a good power set against them.
Yeah. I don't know. So since you're a Flash expert, I'm assuming you're like caught up on Titans, right?
Yes.
Okay, so why did they have Wally having to use the cosmic treadmill again at the beginning of the Titans run? When the Wally that comes back from the future and dies right in front of him? I didn't think he needed
like issue. Oh, you're right, Wally. I didn't even really think about that.
Yeah, he was on the treadmill
because he had just been shot. I think he was
okay.
He was too weird.
Yeah. I was trying to remember. You're right. He was already shot. Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. Okay, I hadn't even considered that really. I was just like, it was a jarring thing to see at first. I was like, is that? I was like, why the hell is that there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that
makes sense. Yeah.
But. Okay, All-Star versus Blue Beetle.
Oh man, that's okay. That's actually a little closer than I would like to admit. I would give it to All-Star, but like, I mean, Blue Beetle's powers are sick, like, I mean, and that's are we talking like Hami?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So I would say
cracked. The Scarab is OP as hell.
Oh yeah,
I mean, being able to like
it's a world conquering weapon. So.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I mean that's but All-Star is like that's the thing. It's tough to gauge with these things because and especially he's an inexperienced, but like Hami is kind of too. You know what I mean? He still is on the younger side of his career, and I don't think him and the Scarab. I'm not reading the current Blue Beetle run, so I could be dead wrong, but I don't feel like he's like took the Scarab to the places it could go yet.
Not yet. Still, yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
I think he will.
Still learning.
I think he might. I think he might. But
I think it might happen soon.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how is that run, by the way? Like, would you all suggest?
I've been
pretty
really
solid.
enjoying it. Yeah.
Okay.
It hasn't been not my favorite thing coming out, but I've definitely been enjoying it.
Okay, well, it's worth picking up then. I know Dan Mora, I think, did a cover for it. Did a variant.
Yeah,
he did. It was. I need that one as a poster or something.
Dude, I love Dan Mora, but I would say I'm gonna go All-Star, but yeah, I mean I think Hami could have the potential to beat him.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, before we get off of All-Star, I just have one question: Are there plans to expand the universe?
Yeah. Okay. So this is like, I would love to. That's the answer that I'm going to give. I would love to. I do have I have all of these ideas for like an extended run. If, like if it could happen, if we get the support, if we get the, like people behind it, if we get back, obviously I got to get issue 1 out. Right. Like, I mean, that's
right.
the first thing. And then I got this 5-issue arc, that his original arc is kind of like an extended origin story. It's very, very focused on him. It's a very narrative driven story. But there's not any other like heroes involved then. My second arc, I believe, will be introducing other heroes in the world and seeing how he reacts to that and how he bounces off of other heroes and how he handles sharing the spotlight and all of that. But yeah, I do have like enough ideas, I think, with those heroes, and I think I've fleshed them out enough on paper, away from the main story, that I could give them their own like, book, or bring somebody on that I think maybe would like to do it, that could maybe like write their own book for that character. But yeah, I do have hopes and ambitions. I won't say plans, but I do have ambitions of expanding the universe and making a big all-star universe. I even have like a like a Justice League kind of team I would like to put together eventually.
Oh,
Like
all right.
we're
That's
talking.
awesome.
Well, if you need the Hall of Nerds writing team, we're writing.
Hey guys, I could,
Hey,
just bring you all onto
I don't know.
storyboard and
I don't know
pitch
about me,
ideas.
but
Yeah.
I'll do my best.
Yeah.
But all right, well, if that's all we've got for now on All Star, let's go ahead and move on. Talk about some Christmas comics, some recent comics, all that stuff. What we've been reading, starting out with Batman, Superman, or Batman Santa Claus, Silent Night issue 2 just came out this week. We all read it, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
What are the thoughts? What are you guys thinking?
I did not know it was canon until yesterday.
Oh yeah.
I didn't know it was
'cause they
canon until
mentioned-
right now.
I was talking to Josh about it in a live the other day, and we basically saw the Night Terrors thing and knew it was canon.
Yeah, that's when I figured out. I was like, dude, that's crazy. I was like, I knew
Oh,
Santa
duh.
Claus was like a big thing in Marvel, but like I didn't know he was canon in DC too.
Yeah.
So I was like,
Yeah.
Well, too, the cool thing now, at least, I mean, I guess you could call it cool. It depends on like what opinion you have on doing this, but like the universal resets that they do allow them to be like, oh well, they've never, you know what I mean, like, oh well, this is the first interaction with Santa, you know what I mean, like they don't have to adhere to the ones from the past. But yeah, no, I think it's sick. I absolutely loved it. I read issues 1 and 2. I know. I was kind of telling Brandon this off air, but I absolutely love that they're releasing all of them in December, like doing week by week. I mean, because like Marvel does this it's the stupidest shit in the world. I can't like wrap my head around why they do it, but like they had like Capwolf like debuted in October, and that's awesome. Like, hey, you got this really cool story where Captain America becomes a werewolf, and then issues 2, 3, 4, and 5 are like not anywhere near Halloween, and like why the hell do you care at that point? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like spine tingling Spider-Man. It's the same way. It's like just do it months in advance, like prepare for a trade and then release them 1 week after the other. I mean, it's like this like DC doing this is like the best fucking idea in my opinion.
Yeah, it's awesome. I love it. And
I
yeah,
know
the last issue
also
released day after Christmas. That's awesome.
It's like comic book fans is also it's kind of hard like trying to figure out when stuff is happening. Like you're telling me between Night Terrors, demons, freaking the Nightmare Realm taking over the Earth, and Garo conquering the Earth, we have this little side quest where Batman goes and hangs out with Santa Claus.
For real.
It happens in Marvel too. There's just so much stuff happening at once. As a comic book fan, it's so hard to gauge when it's happening. Like,
you almost just can't. You know what I mean? Like you can't try to apply it to an actual time. Yeah.
Right.
Totally.
Because if you try to chronologically, really, like this all takes place in a matter of 3 weeks. You got Crisis, Santa Claus, Crisis.
Yeah. I mean, that's it. Especially with Marvel too, where they have their sliding time scale. Like all of their like so the scale right now is at 15 years. So like everything that's happened, currently, like Peter Spider-Bite, I think the Fantastic Four getting their powers is the first thing that happens in the universe. So that now took place in 2008. You know what I mean? Like, and so everything.
That's so crazy. Yeah.
So the entirety of
so
the entirety of the Marvel universe, though, like, is still since that moment is canon, and it's just crammed into that 15 years. So like, I mean, everything that happened still happened. It's just, I mean, like I said, it's just been in a 15-year window, which is also insane because Pete is 30 years old, and they try to treat him like, like a late teen or early 20s kind of guy, like still.
Yeah.
Seriously though.
Yeah.
Well, Christmas comics. I've heard you got a favorite, Deadpool #7. Am I correct?
Yeah. It was Scotty Young and Nick Klein. It was back in the 2018 run, but it's such a fun like. You all read it, right?
Read it, before.
Okay, yeah. So it's such a fun like just little one-shot adventure with Deadpool. We don't need to know anything else about the run, and I love when comics do that. But and it's just Deadpool at his best in the sense of like. I love when Deadpool is written like kind of like a sad clown almost. You know what I mean? Like he has like, actually does have a heart in there somewhere behind all the crazy shit and violence.
Totally.
Yeah, but I thought it was written well, and I like goofy stories with Santa Claus.
Oh yeah. No, Santa Claus with comic book characters is always Always good.
And I'm
Oh, yeah.
assuming y'all were all reading it in Ryan Reynolds' voice, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Always.
Oh, yeah.
Can't read
Oh, yeah.
Deadpool without it. Yeah.
Always.
Yeah. So yeah, but like before the Deadpool movies, I didn't really like it was different in my head, but ever since Ryan, like now I can't unhear Ryan. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like
Right.
it's Ryan
Yeah.
Reynolds every time I read a book.
Totally. 100%.
And so wait, since this is like a little one shot, because I know Santa Claus is a mutant in Marvel. This is like just it has nothing to do with any of that, and this Santa Claus is just not that mutant Santa Claus.
It's supposed to be the same guy, I think. I don't know why he's not like his mutant powers, but like Santa, for whatever reason, they've done this so many times. Like there's a I think the idea, I can't remember the issue number right off the top of my head, but the idea that Santa was a mutant came out in like the late 80s. I'm pretty sure it was an X-Men comic. They fight like the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants at Times Square. And then they're like back at the mansion. They're like, "Oh my god, the strongest mutant ever recorded, has been like popped up on the Cerebro, and it's Santa, like Santa's popped up." So like,
That's awesome.
Yeah, but like, so they had that, and then there was a time where like the Avengers like fought him, and he had the Infinity Gauntlet, and then there's been so many like weird, like goofy, and then one of the most recent. So during the King in Black, and I'm sure some of you, like all of you, are familiar with that event.
Yeah.
So King of Black, Null comes and takes over the world, and like everybody's got a symbiote, and it's just like pure hell and chaos. There's a Iron Man Doctor Doom one shot that comes out during that event that is the two of them fighting a venomized Santa. Like he's flying through this, like the sleigh's going through the air, like Victor like is looking up in the sky, and he's just like, no way. And Tony's like, yeah, no, that can't be him. So they fight him. They end up like getting the symbiote off of him. And like he looks and he's like, Tony, always such a good boy. And then he says, I wish I could say the same for you, Victor, or whatever. Like, but like it is funny because like, and then they find like his wallet and it's got like an actual guy's name on it. You know what I mean? So it's like, was it Santa? Was it not? But yeah,
that's
it was
awesome.
Like
I gotta read that.
It was a really good.
Interesting about the Batman Santa Claus was he kept like spouting off their addresses. And
yeah, I love that. I was just gonna say, I love it. Yeah,
that was great. I actually love the like Nordic origins of Santa. You know what I mean? Like I love when they incorporate that in. So like that style of vampire, and then Krampus and all of that. I thought that was really cool. Like
super cool.
And actually a really like fresh take on Krampus. Like I mean. Yeah, I've never seen like one that he's not just pure outright evil, stealing children and wanting to eat them and whatnot. So
there's some reason behind it.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it's have you guys read issue 2 of that yet?
Of Silent Night?
Yeah. Okay, I know. Like for viewers, do you all not want to spoil any of that or?
Oh no, we're good.
Yeah,
spoiler warning. Spoiler warning, everyone.
Okay. Dude, the end of Silent Night #2 is one of the like my favorite, funniest like cliffhangers that I've seen in a long time, because Clark just comes in and is absolutely furious that Batman didn't tell him he knew Santa. That's so funny.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, he's so mad at first, and then once his eyes like the heat vision goes away, you can tell how like just hurt he feels.
No, that's fair too. I'd probably feel the same way.
Yeah,
I mean,
100%.
deep down, he's a boy from Kansas who wants to meet Santa.
Yes,
exactly. Yeah,
dude, it's the
but
best.
That issue was great.
And then
sorry. I'll just say I really like the panels right before with like Green Arrow and Canary. Those full page splashes. Those were that
great. Creative team is killing it. But I was gonna say too, it plays on the whole like the old like trope of Batman keeps secrets from everybody. You know what I mean? Like, and this particular secret being Santa Claus is funny as hell. I mean, that's just
I love that.
Him showing up like as a vampire hunter was cool. I mean, there's just nothing.
I love that they made Green Arrow such an important part of just the randomest stories. Like he was such a big part of Deceased. He was a big part of DC versus Vampires. Injustice. He's just like I haven't read his main run right now, but I know that like it's good.
Super
right?
important.
I'm not caught up fully, but it's been really good.
Same. I'm not caught up yet either. I've read like 3 issues in, but like it's apparently so good that was supposed to be a mini. And then they were like, hey, like, make it an ongoing. You know what I mean? Like, people are loving this. It's selling great. It's Joshua Williamson, too, on that book. So, like, makes sense.
One of my favorites.
Yeah, that's what. So, but I'm excited to catch up on it.
Me too. Yeah, I just so much to read.
But always fun. You know what I mean? That's what's so funny about the Green Arrow show is because like Ollie's not
Opposite.
fun.
It's the opposite. Opposite.
He's
That being
so
said, I
not
still
fun.
do appreciate that version of Green
Sure,
Arrow, but
yeah.
the Green Arrow I know is hilarious.
CW
Yeah.
just didn't have the right.
Yeah.
That's
He's got a
all it was.
goatee.
Exactly,
He's got
yeah.
a goatee.
Yes,
Yep.
CW is like, hey, like we can't make Batman, so
Let's make him with
yeah,
an bow and arrow.
yeah, Green Arrow's Batman.
Yeah, totally.
I feel
Well,
bad
mean,
for people who like watch that show and then tried to get into Green Arrow and it's like this is not at all.
Wait,
what
what?
I just watched.
It's like, why
No,
does he look like
totally.
Robin Hood? It's like, 'cause he is
Yeah,
Robin Hood.
exactly. Pretty much. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Well, speaking of current stuff, did we all read Beastworld
I did
number
catch up.
2?
So I caught up right before we got on here. So
Let's go.
Oh,
So it's all fresh. I know
Yes.
Stu has an opinion on Nightwing versus Batman now.
I was going to bring that up. I'm glad somebody
Yeah,
else.
all
brought
right,
it up.
let's do it.
I don't
Let's
have
do
an
it right
opinion.
now.
No, I just
Yeah,
I
you
just
don't
have
wanna
the
talk about
facts that were presented. I don't have an opinion. I just have the facts.
It's
that were
just nothing
presented.
but facts
So-
now. Yeah.
so
yeah,
you-
yeah.
So you're
That
telling me
Nightwing
that
beats Batman.
It was stated.
That's that.
Hey,
That
what was
doesn't work.
stated is what was stated.
but
Yeah.
I don't think Batman was amped because his mind was not all there. His abilities were still there, but
His mind
and
was
that's one of the
definitely
strongest
not
he's,
there.
he's a giant bat with all his abilities. I would say that's amped.
Yeah,
in
but
my
his
opinion.
mind is one of his biggest abilities.
And Nightwing clearly states that he's not holding himself back at all. Like he says,
That is also
because
true.
he's like a beast.
in the Gotham tie-in, he is holding himself back because he's not trying to hurt anybody.
Okay, well, that directly contradicts what was said.
But also,
That is
in
true.
the Titans.
It
Yeah.
is just like Nightwing saying, like, how does he really know what's going on?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like
But
he's
also,
like, oh, he's not
regardless,
holding
if
back,
that
but in
is
the
the
Gotham
case,
one, he's
he
like
doesn't have
sitting
his
there,
mind.
He's like, he's literally like saying like he's like not hurt civilians, can't hurt civilians,
Mhm.
and it's like
But also, in like, why I think even if he is all amped up and not holding back, in Batman 140, it just proved that that version of Batman loses against Batman with his mind and stuff like that when against all the versions of Zur-En-Arrh and the multiverse and everything like that. He even said, I'm more than just Batman. That's why you'll never beat me. And that's this version of Batman that's all batted out or wolfed out or whatever isn't Batman. Because if he doesn't have his mind, he doesn't have anything. And if
yeah.
you think he has his mind, they don't have their minds. Otherwise, this wouldn't really be a big deal. Because they could just like
Yeah.
it wouldn't
Because
they wouldn't be
Nightwing has
freaking
all the
out. Like
same like martial arts training. Like of
Right.
course they're when it comes to like fighting skill, they are neck and neck. The only thing that makes Batman better is just his
More experience, really.
Yeah, his
yeah.
experience is mine, and it's like barely like Nightwing's right there. That's why he's the forefront of DC right now.
Right. And which I
Totally.
love that they're doing, by the way. I love that they're
Yeah.
like letting
Yeah.
him, you know, I mean, obviously he was Robin for like our time, like 40 some years, you know, out in the real world. But before he graduated to Nightwing, and I mean, it's been I guess it's been about 40 years since he became Nightwing, but you know, somewhere in that territory. But yeah, no,
Yeah.
I love that he's becoming this, you know, this hero that he's supposed to be. We need good Nightwing representation in other media. Like he needs to
I
step
agree.
into a big
Yes.
film. You know what I mean? Like
agree.
Yes.
and that's what I'm hoping in Matt Reeves' Batman that they are going to kill those fucking carnies and put Dick Grayson as Batman.
Or at least in the DCU, since we're already having an older Batman, like bring us Nightwing, you know?
Well, because if DCU, if Damien's supposed to already be there, then that means Nightwing
Yeah, we'll have
should
the Bat
has
family.
to be.
hopefully.
Dick should be Nightwing by
If
now
he's
if
not,
Damien's
then I'm
there.
out. I'm done.
Right.
What if they just
Damien
killed
is
Dick
the
Grayson
first
again,
Robin,
just like
dude.
Snyder
I'm
did?
done. I'm done. I'm done.
I don't think they'll do
Snyder
that.
just killed Dick off screen.
Yeah, I would say he's still dead from that.
Yeah.
Nah.
No,
That's the reason why Ben Affleck's Batman killed people right there, is he never had all those other Robins.
right. Well, no, and so too, I'm very interested in the DCU. Like, what is the timeline gonna look like if the whole family's there? Like,
That's
how
what I
long
think.
could each Robin have been with Bruce? You know, like, I mean,
Exactly.
it's got to be very,
That's
very
true,
short
yeah.
lived. And also the time that they became Robin. So, like, you know, a lot of iterations, Dick was 9 years old when he was Robin. You know, I mean,
Mhm.
so like you would have to at least have him with Bruce for 9 years if you went with that origin. And there's no way you could just time that out to where Damien's already old enough to be a Robin too. You know, I mean, without having
Right.
old as shit.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Batman should be in his 40s. You know who else is
think
in his
so?
40s? Jensen Ackles.
Yes,
It's true. That is
He
true.
is in his 40s.
Yeah.
Back to Beastworld, though. Who do we think Dr. Hate is?
I still don't really know.
I know Stu had a theory.
Let's hear it, Stu.
I do. I think it's Kent Nelson, Dr. Fate.
Yeah, you were saying that. I remember you were saying that.
That would, I mean, that
I just
think
don't
that
want it
does
to be.
right, but I do think it lends itself to that.
I mean, Dr. Hate.
It's just
It's like that's
yeah.
pretty.
I mean,
The helmet.
Yeah. But I
yeah.
think
It's
that's
just
also
like
a little
I feel
too
like it's
on the
both
nose.
obvious and not obvious at the same time.
Yeah.
Right.
No,
Well,
that totally makes
hold
sense.
on. So in Lazarus Planet, is that where did we lose Kit Nelson along the way?
I haven't read Lazarus Planet yet.
Yeah, I have no idea.
I'm pretty sure it happens in that because that's when Batman takes the helmet.
Yes.
I think. Yeah.
Yeah. So Batman wears Dr. Fate's helmet, and then I think he fights the Devil Neza with it.
Yes.
Yes.
But that's what I couldn't remember what happened. I'd have to go back and look. But that was at the
end of Batman versus Robin. That was when he fights. Yeah.
That was the lead up into the Lazarus Planet event. Was like was the explosion on the Lazarus volcanoes or whatever. There's so much of that shit everywhere, like in the DC world.
Yeah.
I need to read Lazarus Planet now because it's everywhere, and I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna know what's going on if I don't read Lazarus Planet. And
that's where they get you with the big events. It's like
you
have to,
and especially someone like me who has to read everything prior before I get to it.
Seriously, though. Yeah, but I mean, I will say back to Beastworld. I will say, I personally, I still liked it, but I didn't like issue 2 as much as I liked issue 1.
Same.
As much didn't happen for sure.
But I still enjoyed it, but it wasn't quite as good.
Right.
I feel like issue 2 strongly pushed Nightwing a lot more than anyone else.
Definitely.
I think that's what they're gonna do for the next issue. Next issue, they're probably gonna push maybe Starfire and what's happening with Kahndaq, and then bring them all together in the 4th issue. Kind of, touch on each of them individually, and then show them coming together as a team, because that's the whole aspect of the Titans that everyone loves is the team.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
What are they gonna do?
Yeah, I don't know. That's I feel like there's got to be something. I know they only had the one page really, or maybe even one panel, but Animal Man has to get pretty involved in this.
Yeah.
Right. He literally was just I sense something.
He was going insane.
Yeah. He was like, I can feel them all, and then that's the only thing that they said about that. So,
well, Waller Rising also, a lot of the other people connected to the Red are also involved, like Vixen and for some reason Black Manta. I don't know, even though I don't know how he's connected to the Red. Because he built a bomb for Dr. Hate to set off in this place called the Kingdom, which is connected to the Red.
Okay.
Yeah, it was honestly, Waller Rising was it didn't seem that important, and it was just really convoluted, and the art was not great. So it was very hard.
I didn't
I'm with you on that.
I'm gonna be honest.
One was a little better.
Yeah, but I'm gonna be honest. I am not crazy about the current Titans art in general, and I think that might just be going from seeing dicks drawn by Bruno Redondo and then having to go directly to the Titans book, and it's just
that's totally fair.
It doesn't hit the same way,
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, it's Nicola Scott. Is that her name?
I think so. Yeah.
Sounds right.
It's very I don't know. The faces look kind of weird. They're realistic but cartoony at the same time.
Yeah.
So it honestly makes them look like they're all doing the Chad face. The
yeah.
I can see what you mean.
Yeah, no, it's I tell you, somebody who used to have great art. I haven't seen their stuff in a long time, but they had the same problem. Their faces look disturbing to me. Was Assad Ribic. I don't know if you all are familiar with their work at all. They did Secret Wars that. That was their big book. They did the 2015 Secret Wars with Jonathan Hickman. But if you go look at those faces, it's the same thing. And the thing is, every man has the same face. You know what I mean?
I know exactly what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah. So one might have a beard on it, and you know what I mean. Whoever Reed has his beard, but it's the exact same face as everybody else. But the art other than that is gorgeous, and then their faces are just kind of eerie. They're disturbing a little bit.
That's how I feel about Frank Quitely. It makes it they all look kind of like a potato, all the time.
Yes, but I like it. Frank Quitely, I like it.
I like it.
Yeah, I like his. It's unique, and I like it.
I had a really weird journey with Quietly, because I feel like a lot of people either, well, I don't know, maybe not weird, but I think Quietly in folks either people come to love his art, or they start out liking it and then come to hate it. Like I feel like everybody has like a weird journey with it. I don't think I've ever talked to anybody who's like, yeah, I loved Frank Quietly the first time I saw him and still do to this day, you know. Or unless Nate.
No, when I first saw him, I definitely was kind of like, this is weird.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
See,
then
for
as
me,
I
it's
was
not that
as I read more, I came to appreciate it.
Yeah.
I can say when I don't like an artist, but for Quietly, I can't say I don't like his art. It just makes me uncomfortable. Like, if that makes sense. Like, I don't dislike his art like I do like some other artists. Like
That's
Ryan
how I kind of
or
feel
whatever.
about. That's how I kind of feel about Tim Sale.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
It's
can
just
see
I
that.
don't dislike it, but it's just like it's kind of weird.
I like Tim Sale's. I actually like Tim Sale's Batman and Superman a lot. He basically just draws Superman as a fridge. You know, like with the cape on.
It's like a block.
Yeah.
So, but I love the big farm boy, and then like with Batman, I love the giant ears and the cape. He kills it with the design on that. His Catwoman is weird. His Joker is even fucking weirder. His Joker,
yeah.
His Daredevil's pretty good in Daredevil Yellow. I will say,
yes,
I like his Daredevil.
Yeah. And I liked his Peter and Spider-Man a lot in Spider-Man Blue. And I loved that team too. Like Jeff Loeb and Tim Sale like together were fantastic. R.I.P. Tim Sale. But yeah, no, I mean there is something about his art on certain characters that's like, holy hell, man. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
But
quite obscure on some of them, but
yes.
no, I definitely appreciate it.
Well, which I mean, to that point though, Frank Quietly's Joker, nightmare fuel.
Yeah, definitely.
It's tough to look at.
Definitely. Well, I mean, speaking of current comic books, are there any other ones you or anyone else has been reading recently that stand out?
Detective Comics is good if y'all aren't reading it.
I'm not.
Ron B, right?
Yeah, very exposition based, very like what is it, slow burn type of thing.
Yeah.
Like kind of boring at the beginning, but once you get like the middle of the arc, I've been like so invested.
Okay, bet. Maybe I'll pick up the trades.
And then
Green
World's
Lantern.
Finest Teen Titans just ended, but it was okay.
Yeah.
It's not much to it.
Yeah, well, that was just like that. I don't know. That was just Mark Waid being like, I love playing around in this time period. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
It wasn't bad. It was just like there's nothing really happening. So it was like I could have waited for the trade, like, to be honest.
Yeah, and it's I feel like with that run in general, it was just like things we knew. You know what I mean? Like nothing new really was introduced that much. It's like, yeah, like Bruce was a dick to Dick. You know what I mean? Like, we all knew that.
Except at the very end.
Right. Yeah. So I mean, it's but yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's like I said, it just felt like it was just Mark Waid being like, I get to do World's Finest, and then I want to do the Teen Titans too because I'm doing World's Finest.
Yeah, so the whole run, he's like, Batman's just being a douche. At the very end, he's like, you know what, Dick, you did a good job. Yeah. And then that was at the very end.
Proud of you, kid.
Love it.
But yeah, I don't know. I mean, me personally, this is like the almost the farewell, but Action Comics. I love PKJ on Action Comics, and
I haven't read that yet either. I've been wanting to get the new trade that just came out that collects like the first 3 volumes. I want to get that.
Yeah, you need the
entire... I love Philip Kennedy Johnson.
The World Saga. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah,
I have all the trades for it. I'm working through my Superman reading order right now. It's 60 trades long. I'm 20 trades in. So I'm grinding
everything. Like
dude, yeah,
I can look something. You can look something up every once in a while, bro.
Right.
I mean, if
here
there's a
and there,
you could get.
Dude, if you want, I'll make a video.
I'll order it off the bat.
Yeah, I'll do an explanation video on TikTok if you want. But
exactly. There we go.
So by the time I'm done with this, I'll be able to do the explanation.
Yeah, there you go. But yeah, no, I mean, I hate that he's leaving. This is his next to last issue. He's doing one more. He's doing an annual, and then Jason Aaron's taking over for a brief stint on Action Comics. But PKJ has killed it on that book for years, and I really credit him for like bringing Superman back to a point almost of cultural relevancy that we hadn't seen in a while. With his books, even though and I personally love Superman Rebirth, but I think Brian Michael Bendis really hurt the Superman image while he had them, and I felt like PKJ kind of brought him back to a place where comic fans and maybe even the general public now, with shows like My Adventures with Superman and stuff, are a lot more accepting of the character and a lot more excited about him.
I've heard bad things about Bendis's run. I'm not excited to get to it. I'm in Rebirth right now.
Yeah, so I love Rebirth, which I'm like too. Like I had a like after I had my first son, like I went back and reread Rebirth, with him raising John, and I was just like, this is the best shit ever. But it was because I had a brand new look at it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally. That makes sense.
Yeah. But that's something Tomasi I think does well, because Tomasi wrote Batman and Robin. He wrote Bruce and Damian in New 52. So, and I thought he did really good with them too. So I think he just writes that father-son dynamic, really good. And then he wrote Super Sons, which I don't know if you've read, Brandon.
Tomasi's great. Yeah, I think I'm one volume into Super Sons. It's pretty good. All right, y'all want to hop into some agree and disagree?
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's hit it.
You want to start us off?
As the guest of honor, you want to go first?
Yeah.
It's okay. Yeah, sure. I got one for you guys. So I just say whatever I've got, and then you all do your posters, right?
Yeah, like say your thing,
three,
and then give us a 3, 2, 1, and then we'll agree or disagree.
All right. This was a conversation that I kind of saw going on Twitter the other day, so I wanted to bring it to the podcast.
All right.
Comics aren't horny enough anymore. 3, 2, 1.
Oh, okay. Thanks, Stu. I didn't want to look like.
There we go.
I helped you.
For real, like
You
they
said
took away Power Girl's boob window. Like Power Girl doesn't even have a boob window anymore.
No, but the variants do.
Yeah,
okay, that's true.
Dan Morris.
Art Germ is looking out for us.
Yeah.
Archer, there you go. I mean, I literally I was about to agree, but then I said disagree because the other day I got a free comic from the LCS from Vault Comics, and I opened up to a random page. Yeah, I was on FaceTime with you, and it was just boobs, and I was like, oh, all right. I was like, this is a free.
Yeah.
Okay.
We had the same discussion in the 2 episodes ago, and I was like, women are over sexualized in comics. No, men aren't sexualized enough.
Well, except for Dick Grayson. That's the only
facts.
Just crank it up to 100 for both of them.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, I will say this. So, Action Comics, did you all see this has been a little bit ago, I know you all may not be caught up on it, but when Superman returned from Warworld, did you all see his attire while he was there, the gladiator, he had a collar on, he had the chest plate, the gladiator skirt or whatever. John pulls open Lois's closet, and
I saw that.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
Yeah. Oh, dude, it's hilarious. But she obviously,
and Lois is like, get away from that.
Yeah, she comes running in and slams it in front of John, just like, you can't look at that, so.
Oh, geez.
We know when she's wearing that.
Yeah,
that's hilarious.
But yeah, there's another book. You said Vault Comics was wasn't Beyond Real, was it?
It was Beyond Real.
Okay,
it was. Yeah, I haven't read it yet, but I flipped open.
It's good. It's really good. I interviewed.
It looked cool.
I interviewed that writer, Zach
awesome.
Kaplan, twice now. But the dude's super cool. But yeah, the same thing. I was just like, and too, there's an accident, I think, and her tits are out. I was just like, that's a weird.
Yeah, I haven't read it yet, but I was fanning through, and I was like, oh.
I was flipping through Brian Michael Bendis's Powers run because I just picked up 5 volumes of it.
Yeah.
Just boobs. Just
constantly. Well, and that's the thing is with a lot of these, we call them indies, but the non-big 2 companies, when writers step outside of Marvel and DC and start writing for other companies, they're just like, I'm going to put as much cussing and as much nudity and as much blood as I can in these books. You know what I mean?
I can.
Because I fucking can.
Exactly. Yeah, that's totally fair.
Saga just went overboard. Not overboard. It was kind of important to the story.
Right.
It was to the point where it was every page, it was just boob.
Yeah.
Penis.
Yeah.
More than that. It was just everything.
Dang. I haven't read Saga. So I don't know.
It's good though. The story is really good. It's there.
I've heard, yeah.
Agree or disagree. BVS is a great movie, but a bad comic book movie. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'm alone.
It's just bad.
It just sucks. Bad. Yeah, it's just a really bad movie.
It's terrible.
It's a guilty pleasure. All right.
It's terrible.
I wasn't saved on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I guess I'll just go ahead and go.
You're on an island.
We were kind of talking about this a little bit, but so when it's all said and done, 20 years from now or whatever, Dawn of DC will be known as one of the better continuities in DC Comics. 3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're all on the same page there. Yeah,
I haven't even read all of Dawn of DC stuff, but everything I've read, I've enjoyed. And I think seriously. Rebirth, I think New 52 definitely had its problems. Rebirth kind of like flattened it out a little bit, but still had its kind of like issues. Whereas Dawn of DC is kind of just knocking everything out the park.
I agree 100%. And even the setup for the universe like reset with Dark Crisis on Infinite Earth or whatever the hell whatever Crisis this was. But yeah, I mean, I thought that was great with, that was executed really well. And I think Joshua Williamson actually was the one over the entire run, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Wait, is Infinite Frontier is also, would you consider that
that was another reboot kind of
like
thing.
A soft relaunch? Yeah. I would say that's probably my favorite is Infinite Frontier.
Yeah, that's Dawn of DC is probably gonna be mine.
Yeah, when it's all said and done, I think Dawn of DC will be. But like as of now, Rebirth is mine.
Yeah, so I liked Rebirth was super convoluted in a way, and there was some weird moments where I was just like, I don't understand why these like, especially with Superman, because Superman is kind of the like key to the entire Rebirth thing. Because like New 52 Superman dies and like his life force leaves, and then like it goes into Lois and Lana, and then like we find out that the whole time that pre-crisis Superman was living in this continuity with the Lois and Clark book, right? And then he shows up when the New 52 Superman dies, and then like, but it's weird because like at the beginning of Rebirth, like there's like we're like 8 or 9 issues in, and like Bruce just starts treating Clark like he's his buddy, like he's always known him. You know what I mean? Even though it's
because of Superman Reborn, they basically Mr. Mxyzptlk put them back together, and then like it was like they were the same person throughout all of history.
Right.
And only Superman really had that feeling like it was different.
But that doesn't happen until issue 19 and 20. Like that's when that's when the Mxyzptlk merges the two together unless there's something that happens outside the run, but that in the Superman run is when it happens. And that's what I'm saying. So there's a moment, like there's a Christmas themed episode. There's a Christmas comic with Clark and Bruce where they're like sitting on the bed of a truck, and John and Damian are like, and it's like this Bruce should not know this Clark, really. You know what I mean? Like, because like I said, that moment hadn't, like the Mxyzptlk thing doesn't happen until 10 issues later.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Weird.
But that's just kind of part of it.
Was also, they were also trying to set up like Dr. Manhattan while also trying to set up like Metal at the same time.
Yeah.
And it was and then they just like scrapped Manhattan, did Doomsday Clock, and then was just like, we're gonna keep what happened in Doomsday Clock as like what happened, but like the story doesn't matter.
Yeah. That was another part of it. It was like you have to simultaneously know so many things that, like, you know what I mean, like that allowed the universal reboot. So I do think that this, like, which I don't even know if you would call Dawn of DC a hard reboot. I don't think.
I think soft reboot. I think a relaunch. Not
right. Really I wouldn't even call it like a universal reboot in a way. But I know some things, they allowed some things to be able to like shift and change. But I don't know. I mean, it's just like Rebirth was like more of a harder unplug and plug back in kind of deal.
Definitely. Yeah.
Okay. Agree or disagree, the future of both the MCU and the DCU are bright. 3, 2, 1.
Oh, okay. I actually didn't expect that.
We're all optimists here.
I kind of thought about disagreeing because I'm more optimistic about DC than Marvel, just current directions at least. But given that, I mean, we still got Fantastic Four, Secret Wars, X-Men,
and even after that, like
mutants, all that kind of stuff. I'm excited, and they're gonna figure it out, and
I think so too. Yeah, I mean, and I'm not like the biggest fan of what the MCU is doing right. I mean, but I'm not a huge hater of it either. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not somebody that like steps out of something and like, Secret Invasion like sucked, and like at this point, like we've seen too many 6-episode seasons that really did not stick the landing. It's like just clearly that's not their thing. Like, I don't know why they keep trying it and trying to jam this square peg into a round hole. But I don't know if they like shift some stuff and going forward, and like you said, they're the most popular Marvel franchises have not been really in the MCU yet.
Yeah,
right,
seriously.
exactly.
Yeah, so I mean, they've got a lot of opportunity as long as they execute well. So
Yep.
exactly.
And say I think we all feel the same with the DCU. I think James Gunn, very optimistic.
Kill it. Yeah.
Yeah, I got all my faith in him right now.
Yeah, I do too. He's not that. I mean, that's the thing. He has not let me down yet. I don't think I've seen a project of his where I was like, that was bad.
Exactly.
In fact, I thought they all were great. So,
yep.
Even the old Scooby-Doo movies.
Yeah.
Yep.
Honestly, the second one maybe not so much, but the first one for sure.
That's fair.
Yeah,
I can agree with that.
Second one is superior.
No way.
Oh, was that a hot take?
Yeah, I think so.
Wait, is the second one the one where they're on the island with Scrappy?
No, that's the first one.
No, that's the first one.
Oh, then that's my favorite. Okay.
Okay. We're on the
okay.
Same page.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it's back to you, Peyton. Do you have another agree or disagree?
Yeah.
Or
okay.
Right.
I mean, this is a basic one. I mean, that's I mean, you all can kind of like we'll play the game. Is Batman severely overrated? 3, 2, 1. All right, Stu, my man.
I have to agree with that. It's not Batman in general, but it's the fans that push it that way.
I see where you're coming from. I totally see where you're coming from. I kind of wanted to agree, but at the end of the day, he's my second favorite character of all time in all fiction. So I can't really say he's overrated because I rate him so high.
Right.
I would agree, but like Batman's him and he solos with prep time, so like
naturally.
I'm not that. I don't go that far.
No, I mean, I appreciate Batman as a character. I really do. He's not one of my personal favorites, but like, and again, I think it might just be an oversaturation problem. I think I've just seen too much Batman, too many iterations of Batman, read too much Batman, and had too many Batman fans like that are just almost intolerable. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. No, that is totally
the fan
fair.
base is definitely.
That's why
like,
I pretty much almost agreed.
And the fan base, it can be pretty toxic. It's like kind of like Scarlet Witch. Like those fans are
Yep.
Definitely.
Yeah. But
all right, Wally West is the best speedster. Nate, I already know your opinion, but 3, 2, 1.
Oh, let's
you finally switched up?
I finally switched. Yeah, it took me. I think Titans, obviously all of Jeremy Adams' run had me like right there with Barry, and then Titans just pushed me over for Wally.
I mean, that's fair. I love Wally. Wally's still great.
Yeah.
He's up there for me in favorite characters, but
Barry will always have a special place.
The first comic book run I ever read fully was Williamson's Flash. Like Flash, it's just so Barry in particular. It's just all my first Flash moments have always all been Barry. My favorite moments have all been Barry. So he's just sentimental to me for personal reasons and stuff like that. But yeah, Wally's still right there. I love Wally.
Yeah, and me personally, I'm such a big Nightwing fan, and like Titans fan. Like that's why like Wally for me, and now Wally being like this goofy dad, like is way more my speed. So yeah, I love it.
I get that. My thing, I think Wally I would maybe like him more because I agree with you. I am such a big Nightwing guy as well, and I like Nightwing more than Wally in this instance. And I think it's because I like how Nightwing got his own thing going on, kind of. Not that Wally doesn't, but he's just the Flash.
Right.
Dick Grayson, he didn't go just turn into the Batman. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so people that know me know I got a problem with legacy characters taking the exact same mantle and suit and powers and everything like that. It gets confusing for casual readers and diehards. Like there's no reason for that.
Well,
so I wish Wally got his own spotlight. I want him to have his own suit. He could still be the Flash, but
right. I think that like it what happens is just the medium of comic books ruins the legacy characters in the way that like it's a great idea at first. Like Wally just stepping in and taking the mantle and wearing the suit while Barry is gone is great. You know what
100%.
I
Yeah,
mean?
I
Like,
agree with that.
the
100%.
problem is no one stays dead, and the character always comes back. You know what I mean? Like, that's the thing that confuses a lot of people. Like Laura Kinney taking up the Wolverine mantle, he was dead. You know, I mean, Miles taking up Spider-Man. You know, Pete was dead in the Ultimate Universe. You know, I mean, that's usually hell. I think Hawkeye, yeah, Kate Bishop, Clint was dead. You know, I mean, the problem is the character always comes back, and then you're left with this.
Right.
You know,
You're
I
left
mean,
with two characters
but
with the same
almost
name.
Yeah,
Confuses
my
readers.
thing is my main thing with Wally though, in comparison to most other legacy characters, is almost all those other characters, they still have like one or two like striking differences about them from their
right.
predecessor or something. Where Wally and Barry, other than personalities, are the same. I mean,
The
they're the
suits
fastest
are
man
so
alive.
yeah.
They're the same exact suit, same exact power set, other than a fractions of seconds to
I
them.
think the
You know what I
best thing they
mean?
could
But
do for Barry and Wally is like out Barry's identity, because they
that
did
would
like
be
they did
really
with
cool
Jay.
too.
Like with Jay
Mhm.
Garrick, they don't refer to him really as the Flash. They're just call him Jay. I
Yeah.
think they could do the
True.
same
Yeah,
thing with Barry.
if that
Let
means
Wally
give
be the main
Barry a new
Flash.
suit and not Barry, I'm cool with that too. I hate it's like, why do we got two people running around in the exact same suit doing the exact same things? No one knows
Both
who
being
that
called
is.
the
Like
Flash.
Yeah.
exactly. So I'm cool with him being called the Flash or having the suit. It's like, do we gotta have both? I think I'd like if they did something with that like that now. Get kind of
That's
having
why I agree that the old
go.
Justice League should be pushed into that Justice Society role, and then let
Mhm.
like the younger people take over as the Justice League.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
I think
I
that's what
do
they're doing.
like, yeah, that is kind of with Titans kind of being the premier team. You
Yeah.
know, I mean, but so
Yep.
this is going to be a hot. Maybe you want to move back into the hot take section, but I am starting to become firmly in the camp of letting characters die and staying dead in comics, and just not bringing them back, because like I don't know, so like Invincible like really shifted my perspective of like comic books in general, and like I was like, Jesus Christ, like I read 150 issues of it essentially, and like it had the most perfect ending, and you let go of the character, and like there's not more to it, you know what I mean? And sometimes I do think it's nice just to say goodbye. And you know, I mean, not saying that the universe couldn't continue on, and you know, I mean, you've got these legacies and these and that's another thing. The legacy could actually mean something. You know, the mantle could mean a little more, because, like I said, the guy doesn't come back, and now you got two. You know, I mean,
Like
yeah,
like for
I totally see you.
instance, Alfred. Like I never want Alfred to come back in any way, shape, or form in main continuity,
unless they completely reboot, like completely reboot. He should never come back.
Yeah.
I
no, I
completely
agree,
because he did so much for not only Bruce's character but Nightwing. You know, the entire Bat family losing that like role model and father.
Right.
Yep.
It pushed 100%. Them to like develop their characters better.
And absolutely.
And I understand the counter argument. Like the Bat family doesn't necessarily feel the same without Alfred, right? Like I mean,
that's the point. I think that's
exactly
the whole point of it.
Exactly. Yeah. That's the thing, is like you do have to survive in advance. You know what I mean? Like you got to find a way to tell these new stories, and maybe have somebody else in the family, maybe Bruce, even become more of what he should be to the kids. You know what I mean? Like, and I think we're seeing that. I do.
Yeah,
like,
we're starting to get that. Yeah.
Besides, well, I say that, like, I mean, Titans wise and like Nightwing wise, yeah, we saw that, and then like, you know, what's going on with Zdarsky and Bruce and everything is a completely different story. But you know, I mean, that's the Zur-En-Arrh stuff. You know what I mean? That's not necessarily Bruce's personality.
Yeah, no, exactly. But I mean, there's also the Batman and Robin. He's like living with Damian, and Damian's trying to get him to go to school and stuff. But
another complete issue about when that happens.
When these things take place.
Exactly. Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
All right, well then,
Dan, that's Joshua Williamson too.
Yeah, he's on a lot right now. He's like forefront in DC for the most part.
Yeah, well, dude, he's also like he's over all of G.I. Joe with Skybound, like you know
and stuff. Yeah, I'm really excited for that. I'm really looking forward to that.
Yeah, I am too. That's but that's just crazy. The dude is everywhere.
He is. Yeah, he's working hard for sure. Well, I got a next one. Agree or disagree? Darth Vader is the greatest villain of all time. 3, 2, 1.
I don't be watching Star Wars like that. I don't even really like Star Wars like that. So like, y'all are probably biased, but I honestly don't have any. I don't have any reference.
But who's your
Probably,
greatest
like,
villain of all time?
all time?
Just period. So like comics, movies,
Bro.
TV, anything. Greatest villain of all time.
I'd probably like Reverse Flash for me.
Okay,
personally.
I'm not gonna argue with you.
Or actually, I'd put Bane. I'd put Bane over the Reverse Flash, and then that's probably.
I'm also not mad at that pick, but as greatest villain of all time is kind of.
That's up there.
I like it.
Yeah,
though.
I mean, I
like
understand
it.
Darth Vader. I just haven't watched enough Star Wars to understand why.
Dude, if you want to go a step further, read Vader comics. Like that shit is hard. That shit is hard, dude.
Okay, that is true. I have seen one panel that made me want to read Star Wars, and it was when he was surrounded, and he was like, "You're surrounded," and he's like, "Only thing I'm surrounded by is dead
by
men."
fear.
He says all surrounded by fear and dead men.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so cool.
That's
amazing.
down.
Yeah,
that was
I would say like an underrated villain that's not talked about a lot is Shredder from like the Ninja
Turtles.
Turtles.
100% agreed. Yeah, I 100% agree with that.
I want to start getting into more Ninja Turtle comics after meeting the guy at Comic-Con. The writer. Yeah. Gavin Smith.
Oh yeah, Gavin Smith, dude. He was
he really put me on. I was like, dude, this sounds interesting. I got to check those out.
Yeah, well, especially right now too. They're like and this is like a huge thing for the mythos because like obviously never been done, but they've like introduced a fifth turtle. So that's
like their sister, right?
Yeah.
What?
What?
Yeah,
I gotta check that out.
So,
I gotta check that out.
Wow.
I love
like,
turtles.
this is a big thing for the countdown. IDW is getting ready to hit their 150th issue of the Turtles, which is like got to be the longest run on Turtles that any one company's done. Which is like back to the Shredder thing. Did you all know like the IDW origin of this iteration of the Turtles? Like, because it's like different every time they've done a comic run.
No,
I don't. Yeah.
So like the Turtles and Splinter are reincarnations of Hamada Yoshi and his 4 sons. So it's like their souls.
Oh, I did know that.
Yeah. So Shredder, like usually like the new movie, like they use like the old 1984 origin where they were literally just some turtles and a rat. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like that. So I mean, they also were some turtles and a rat, but like they did get mutated. But also like Splinter remembers his life as Hamada Yoshi, and like Shredder like decapitating his 4 children in front of him. You know what I mean? Like, so
see, that makes so much more sense. Why like Splinter knows martial arts. Like, if he already was reincarnated instead of him just being a rat that just happens to know martial arts.
My one counterpoint to that is like, at least like in the movie we see it, it's like if you just lived in a sewer and did nothing but practice martial arts for 13 years straight, you'd probably be pretty good. You know what I mean?
I mean, eventually, 10,000 hours type. Yeah.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I mean, it's but yeah, so no, I mean, it definitely makes more sense for him to be like the master if he was already like in a past life. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Totally. That's super dope.
All right. Agree or disagree? Bagging and boarding your comics is actually fun. 3, 2, 1.
Yeah. I like.
Oh, I hate it so much. I'm not honest here. I hate it so much. I would pay somebody to do it.
If there's already tape on the bag and board, it is the worst thing ever. If there's already tape on the bag and board, and you have to pick the tape off, and then it keeps sticking to the comic while you're trying to stick it in, a pain. But if it's just a brand new bag and Scotch tape,
blue painter's tape.
I switched, Nate. I switched.
And how is it?
So much better, bro.
Is it better than Scotch tape?
Better.
Yeah,
yes.
It comes off so easily. Just this good old fashioned.
Incredibly.
It's so easy, but it's still sticky enough.
I want to get the resealable bags from Comic Book Direct.
That easy.
Do you all not use resealable bags at all?
I want to.
I have a couple.
Yeah, they
I have some, but I don't.
But I will say this: that with the resealable bags, like that little piece you peel off, like it won't come off your hand. Like once you peel it away, it's like you're sitting there like doing that. Like it's so staticky. Yeah,
that's hilarious.
I mean, it's the worst. But I hate bagging and boarding my books.
I like it. It's satisfying. It's satisfying.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, maybe I've done too much of it, or like I mean,
that's fair.
That's fair. Yeah.
It. And two, it doesn't help me right now because I'm so behind, like on my reading. And like now, and like every Wednesday when I pick up like 13 new books and bag them and board them, and my pile gets bigger, I'm like, you know what I mean? Like,
also, I kind of know, to be fair, I'm very lucky. My LCS bags and boards everything. Like,
Oh, then they're
I
not
buy-
even in the conversation.
yes. So
Yeah.
so I rarely
What are we talking about?
have to back
Mine
and
does not
forth.
do that.
And
But I
mine does
do
not do
sometimes,
that
like if I go to a different comic book store or something, I
Dude,
get a
I'm
couple.
lucky if mine have bags and boards, dude.
Yeah, no, they
Like, I'll go in there
They're
and there's
so
none on the shelf. I'm
expensive
like,
too.
dude, I've
Bags
got
are like
back issues.
$15. Boards are like
Yeah.
$15.
I
I just
bought-
spent my entire pull list on just storing them.
You know, I
Yeah.
bought a pack of 100 boards and 100 bags at the beginning of the year, and I still have that same pack.
oh my god.
It's really nice that they do that. Like,
Yeah,
I'll buy
that
a
is.
pack of
every
100
new
each.
comic.
I'll use them all, and I'll only be through like 100 comics. Like I still have
Yeah.
like so much more left over.
And so
Dude,
that's
that's
a reason why I don't have the resealable, because they don't, if they're gonna do that for free,
Right.
they're not gonna get the expensive one. So,
I get
but
that.
I
yeah.
like
Yeah.
having the blue tape.
Yeah, that's a move for sure. And that's the thing. Most of the time, mine doesn't even have the resale. Like I said, the hell, sometimes they don't even have boards. Dude, I went in there
Yeah.
and like legit, I bought and it's the weirdest thing. It said like modern, but it didn't say like current. And
I
like,
get so confused by those. Yeah.
yeah. So like
All the different
I have like
sizes.
100 boards over here on my shelf that don't fit in the modern.
Oh,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah,
dang.
they're like a 16th of an inch too wide. And I'm like,
Oh,
what do
damn.
I do now?
Sit there, cut
The real
all
question is,
100
how
of
do
them
I
off
store
quick.
these freaking magazine style like
No,
black
that's
label
facts.
books?
Oh
Yeah.
my god,
I
dude.
just put them on top of my boxes. They're just,
Dude,
I
I,
don't
I
have that
finally
many.
I finally got
don't have that many.
magazine size bag and boards. Finally,
See,
my
Dude.
comic store
yes,
got them.
backs and boards, the magazine ones. So, and I'm lucky,
That's-
man. I'm lucky.
Yeah, dude, for sure. And that's like Distillery. Have you all like seen any of
Mhm.
their stuff? Like
Yeah.
the new,
Yeah,
they're obviously, like all of their books are like that. And yeah, and it's like,
Mhm.
dude, like you're giving me something that I don't have anything to put it in, put it
Yeah.
away with. You know what I mean?
They are,
Yeah,
yeah. They're too small
Like-
to go on the shelf, too big to go in the box.
Exactly. I was like,
So
where
now
the fuck am I
they're
going to
just
put it?
sitting.
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
literally
they're
just
sitting
sit on
around.
top.
That's what I
somewhere.
want to, and I get like it's a distinct thing, and maybe they think that's helping them or whatever. But like, there's legitimately books that I haven't bought because I'm just like, I don't even know where the hell that's going to go. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally. They're nice because they have big art,
right.
big words. Because I have
Right,
terrible
man.
And back
eyesight.
to
But
the
like,
the comics are horny thing. Their new Somna. I don't know if you
yeah,
all flipped that open.
I mean, even just in the Devil's Cut, some of the previews, I was like, oh, all right.
Yeah, horny. But
Yeah. I gotta
Yeah,
buy it,
there-
though.
There you go.
that's why
There
you
you
need
go,
the bigger pages, maybe so they don't stick
Yeah.
together.
It's easily.
I got those bags and boards to protect them. We're good.
There you go.
Yeah. That's nice.
Yeah. All right, y'all want to hop into some Where Am I?
Let's
Yeah,
do
yeah,
it.
let's do it.
I'm done.
All right, let me get.
Do you
This is your
actually
first
hide
time
somewhere?
witnessing this. It's actually
Oh,
not
yeah.
Where Am I? It's
Oh, you're Waldo.
yeah, it's Where's Waldo.
Okay.
There we go. Let's go.
So I have a predetermined destination.
Mhm.
Y'all each have 4 questions to try to figure out where I'm at. They have to be yes or no questions, and the location that I picked will be the setting of our fight in King of the Hill. So I got my location. Stu, kick it off.
All right. Are you in the DC universe?
Yes.
How do we go on the thing here?
Oh,
Go here,
Nate.
Either one of you.
Oh, I'll go. Are you on planet Earth, Prime Earth?
I am. Yes.
Okay. Are you in the United States?
Yes.
All right.
Are we back to Stu?
Yeah, he's thinking.
Is there a team where you're at? Is there a team from there?
That was a good question.
Like, is it their main place they
Yeah,
they
like is
operate?
there a team from where you
no.
are?
Okay, no
Plot
team.
twist? It's just my house.
In the United States. Yeah, in the United States on Prime Earth. Okay. Is your location a city?
No.
Okay.
Oh. All right. When you say it's not a city, is it like just city's too broad? Like, is it like, or
Yeah. It's not just a city.
okay,
Yeah,
it's not like just saying Gotham. It's like specifically something. Okay, so we're still are there is it a base of a superpowered individual?
not no.
Okay.
Huh.
Is it the base of a villain?
Ooh.
No.
Okay.
Are you inside?
Yes.
Hey.
I can walk outside, but I am inside. Yes.
All right. I'm gonna try and nail down a region. Are you in the Midwest?
Where's the Midwest at?
So like the flashes like in Kansas and
Yeah.
Missouri and like
I'm pretty sure, yes.
okay.
Yeah.
Pretty sure.
All right.
Yeah, I think so. I think
Okay.
Can we discuss amongst each other?
yeah.
Okay, so that
Yeah.
answer is making me feel like Texas. Like
like Texas.
well, I'm just saying
That's
like
fair.
No, it's
because
more like I don't know where in the United States this place is located because it's never stated. But I'm going off of scenery. I'm gonna say yes.
Okay. Damn,
I
that makes it
see.
harder.
Okay. Shit.
Undisclosed location, but
Do we each only get one more question now?
no, you
We
got
actually-
2 more.
Oh, okay, good.
Oh shit.
Got anything to do? Inside, so it means it's like buildings, though.
Do conspiracy theorists think aliens are located here?
No,
Okay.
I thought I was in Area 51.
No, I thought somewhere else. Not there.
Oh, there's another place.
There's multiple. In the United States, in DC, there's quite a
Yeah.
few.
Okay, you're inside, so there's got to be buildings of sorts, but it's not in like not a city. It could be in a. Are you in a city?
No,
What?
Oh.
So it's got to be some like mountain or like naturey
Right,
area, but
yeah.
that has somewhere you can be inside because he's inside.
Yeah, so like not the Grand Canyon, you know.
Right. But it's not a hero or villain's base of operations, so it's not like you know what I mean, like how the Batcave comes out
Yeah.
under a waterfall.
Right, yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like it's damn.
it is not a base of operations.
But it could be something that okay, here's the so does a hero or villain use this location?
Yes.
Okay. I feel like we're getting somewhere.
Had to throw that one out there.
I
feel like
kind
it'll
of
help
have an idea, maybe. We
Well,
have one more question each.
Yeah.
Right?
a little
Okay.
bit. Yeah.
I think I have a pretty good question if you want me to ask before you, Stu.
Yeah, go for it.
Is at your location, is it primarily cold?
No.
I think I know what you were shooting for.
Yeah,
I do
that's not
too,
what
yeah.
I thought it was the Fortress of Solitude.
Yeah, well, shit.
That's not in the United States though, is it?
No.
Hey,
Something like
oh, I guess
Antarctica.
you're
Yeah, it's
right.
like the
Yeah,
North
yeah,
Pole,
you're
yeah.
right. You're right.
It
You're
is a
right.
base of operations for Superman.
Yeah, that's true too. So
Yeah, true shit. I was just trying to think of something that was kind of naturey, but not a building.
right, yeah.
I feel like this one was a little hard.
You said you're not in a city, correct? Like you said that earlier.
Yeah, it's not in the city now.
Are you in Washington? Oh, never mind.
I was thinking something governmenty, but that's not Midwest-ish.
Yeah, it's an
Yeah,
undisclosed
I
location, but
think-
off the scenery. I feel like Midwest.
Well, and it's
would
not a
help y'all.
city. It's not a city
Right.
or in a city.
No, it's an actual like place, just not located in the city.
Oh, wait, no.
I think I know what it is, but I don't know what it's called.
Nothing.
Oh, Does a superhero work at this place?
I would say no.
Shit. I got the last question.
Last question.
Yep.
Damn.
And then y'all each get one guess at the end.
Okay. So Midwestern scenery. It's not a building, like, right? Like we established that you can be inside or outside, but
Well, I said he's inside, could be outside, but he's not in a city
No
or
one,
a
yeah,
city.
no one asked if it was a building.
shit. Okay, well, I mean, I hate to burn this, but you know what I mean? Like I also feel like I need to know.
Yeah,
So
that's fair.
is it in a building?
It is in a building.
Okay, so that completely changes
All right.
my entire like.
Well,
what I was-
It's not in a,
building.
but it's not in a city.
It's
Right.
not in a. What?
Buildings don't have to be in
Okay.
cities.
Well, I know
Yeah,
that.
that's
No,
fair.
that
Like,
just that just rules out a lot, like
Yeah.
a lot of stuff. But
All right,
that doesn't
Stu.
really help.
You got to guess. I think I made this too hard.
I have two guesses, but I'm gonna go with wherever the hell Swamp Thing resides.
the
It is
green.
not in Slaughter Swamp.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Oh, the slot. Okay, that's a good guess.
If it was my other one,
I got no clue. I'm just gonna go off. Maybe you were kind of on some cheese and saying a town isn't a city, so I'm gonna go with the Kent Farm.
It's not
Ooh.
Kent Farm.
Ah,
Damn. Okay.
Payton, before you guess, I will give you one more hint. It only appears in one book. I mean, not one time in one book, but it only
Oh.
appears
Oh, okay.
in this one book.
Okay, and one title.
Yeah, one title.
Okay.
Yeah.
But,
And then, as far as my knowledge, it has never been well. Okay, it has been revisited one time in one other title. Actually, now that I think about it, but besides that, it's not like a reoccurring place.
okay, is it Okay, never mind. That'd be a really stupid question because I do feel like it's in Smallville now.
The town.
you said small town. Is that what I heard? You kind of
No, I said that's a town. Are we
Oh,
considering city and town kind of the same thing? Because I was.
No.
I mean, yeah,
Okay.
that was-
No,
I was-
yeah,
I-
that's yeah.
I was
Um,
considering the same thing, so
yeah,
it's not
I
in a
guess.
town either.
Okay.
Okay.
Damn. I genuinely like.
the Kent Farm kind of just came to me. I didn't really think it was that, but I was like, I'll throw it
Right,
out
yeah.
there.
Yeah, I'm a part of me is wanting to say like Peacemaker's trailer. You know what I mean? Like but
That's
that's
actually, I mean, okay, that's not right, but that is the closest so far.
oh
It's-
hell! All right.
So is it like
I mean,
White
kind of.
Dragon's lair or something? Like the White
No,
Dragons?
just based on like location and like that is
Oh.
pretty close.
Like
yeah.
the style of building.
Eh,
like-
okay, I'm just
So
gonna
let's hear it.
disregard that whole
Okay.
that whole statement. Never mind. It's not that close.
Let's hear it. What is it? Where you at?
I am at the Sanctuary from Heroes in Crisis.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
shit.
Yeah, undisclosed location somewhere in the Midwest, with all the
Right, yeah.
northern fields, but it's not in a city. You know,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's tough. That was tough. I don't know if
I thought
would've
it would be
gotten
kinda
that with
tough,
more
but-
questions. That's
Yeah.
good, but we've gotten a lot of the previous ones.
I should have
Yeah,
known
well,
because
they-
you're the only person I've like really seen talk about Heroes in Crisis.
I love Heroes.
Yeah,
in
seriously
Crisis.
though. Seriously.
Heroes in Crisis is good.
Yeah, it
Well,
is. See,
remind me then, because now we move into King of the Hill, where we're each gonna get random powers and weaknesses that we picked and everything like that, and we're gonna be fighting now at the Sanctuary. So remind me and anyone else watching, Brandon, what's the Sanctuary like?
the Sanctuary is basically a therapy for superheroes. It's like a building. They go and they built it with like an automated therapist basically, and they go and confess what is bothering them, and it kind of gives them advice and helps them work through it. In this case, Wally wasn't rocking with the advice and killed everyone. So yeah, it's essentially in a big field, and it's just a building in this big field. So
Sweet. Sounds
It
good.
looks
Alright.
a lot like the Camp Farm.
Yeah, I
honestly.
guess.
Like it
It's
does.
like, I
look a
I
lot
was
like it.
picturing that. That's why. Yeah.
Right.
You're on the right track. So we'll go ahead and pick we have our powers and our weaknesses. Stu, you're up first, and your power is super speed.
Oh shit.
God
Like
damn.
how fast are we
Alright.
talking? Can we lay that down?
I feel like generic super speed, like probably like
cool.
Quicksilver.
Quicksilver.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Okay.
We're not gonna go OP like
Flash or
Your-
something.
Your weakness is you have the mind of a 2-year-old.
Oh,
Okay.
Could be kind of dangerous for the rest of us.
Yeah, yeah.
Speedster with like
Did I read that right?
With temper
Not a-
tantrums.
yeah, without like.
Oh, I'm stupid. The mind of a 2-month-old. Sorry.
Oh.
That makes
okay.
it slightly worse.
Yeah,
That makes
okay.
it way worse.
Yeah.
Like
Uh,
I mean,
2
you don't
months
even.
old can barely.
Yeah, you don't even know
move.
what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
They're
Nate,
just shitting their pants all day.
Nate, you can turn intangible, like kind of like a ghost, I guess.
Oh yeah, like phase, like through
Okay.
stuff.
Yeah,
Okay.
but you lose all your powers if you're slightly horny. So
Crap.
yes.
Good thing of
Keep-
fighting dudes.
Keep them away from Stu.
Yeah.
Payton, you have the Venom symbiote.
Oh, okay, sick.
But you have really bad allergies.
Oh, I actually do have really bad allergies. So that
Yeah. We are in the middle of this like
Yeah,
very
yeah.
highly grassy area. A lot of pollen. It's gonna be rough for you.
Yeah.
And then there's me, who I have a Kryptonian power set
Okay.
because I'm him.
He's gonna need a big weakness.
My weakness is wood. So I'm
All
guessing
right.
like Alan Scott Green Lantern type of thing. Just still so weird to me that his weakness is wood.
Yeah.
It is.
Hey, all
Okay.
I want to know is which one of you is gonna kill a baby. That's all I want to know.
No,
Yeah.
you're not a baby.
Yeah.
You
Your
just have the
brain
mind of a
is.
baby.
Oh, okay.
For all I know, you're
which
just
one of
like,
you
I don't
is
know
gonna-
you're a baby. Like, yeah, I don't know you have the mind of a baby. I just probably think you're like really dumb. And
That's what I mean, can he move and stuff?
I mean,
assuming.
yeah, like just because he
Okay.
has the mindset doesn't mean, well, does he have the motor skills? That is true.
That's what I'm saying. Like babies, I've seen, obviously I've had two, like babies just hit themselves in the face. They have no fucking idea what they're doing. You know
And
what
if
I
that's
mean?
a super speed, you're
True.
gonna kind of.
Yeah.
You're gonna. It's
Yeah, and
gonna.
at 2 months
That's
old,
gonna
you
end
cannot
it.
run. So
Mm-mm.
Crawl
I'm
is
just gonna
shoot
crawl
grass,
at you,
maybe.
bro.
Yeah.
just
Bite
call
you or
it
something.
super speed.
I mean, I think Kryptonian abilities is pretty crazy, but there's
Yeah, that's
and there's
But
not really any
also-
trees around, huh? It's more
No,
it's
like
like
a
a
I mean-
cornfield.
yeah,
Yeah.
so there's not much wood to like try
You're
to.
like furniture, tables, like
The
Yeah.
house
Yeah.
is made out of wood. Yeah, the whole house.
Okay, true. Yeah.
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 There's got to be
Oh,
enough.
yeah.
Like
I bet I
yeah.
can just fly up really high and laser vision you all.
So
But
I
except
don't.
for Nate, because he's
yeah, but I was gonna say
intangible.
I'm
Oh,
intangible.
yeah,
and
but
I
hold
don't
up.
see
I can
why
like
I would.
I can use the Venom symbiote to like grow some tits and like you know what I mean.
That is true. I was just
You know
gonna
what I
say you
mean?
guys are all. But
Yeah,
that is
so
actually
I can
very
appear
true.
as a woman with the Venom
Yeah.
symbiote.
That is
And,
true. I mean, did you see like when Venom took over the girl in Venom?
Yeah.
That's what I'm just gonna.
Yeah.
Well, you would just see through your hands because you're intangible.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, but my
Well,
eyes could be closed.
Yeah.
No, but your eyelids are intangible.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's how that. I don't
Right,
know.
yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know. Maybe it is. That's tough though. Kryptonian abilities and super speed is both crazy. Venom
Okay, is the
symbiote's crazy,
Venom
but I don't-
symbiote? What is the Venom symbiote's weakness besides like high frequency noise?
Fire.
Fire. I got the
So,
laser.
heat vision. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That
Which none of
sucks.
us. Oh, you
I
have.
think-
Yeah. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
The only thing that really is
Well,
Nate's
well.
intangibility. But if I let you pull out the Venom titties first, I'm good to go.
Right. Yeah. We'd have to kind of co-op there, but then like
But,
I'm
like-
screwed, you know?
Okay,
You're
but I
dead.
can't. Just because you guys can't, like, can still use your powers if you're horny, that doesn't mean you're not distracted.
That's true.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
so he could maybe
I can
still
just wait.
just.
I can burn the house down, so you can't use the wood, or I can just like use my freeze breath to freeze the entire.
But
house.
if you cause an explosion in that house and the wood flies into you, because like
Yeah, that is
Splinters.
wood
very
hurts
true.
you.
Yeah.
The splinters and stuff. Splinters would probably do damage.
Yeah.
That's what we need. We
I
need
can't
that,
get I can't get
The
a Splinter.
splinters.
yeah.
I can't
Just
get
get
one.
one
True.
splinter and I'm dead.
Unless I mean I could get them sometimes, I guess.
Need a wood chipper.
I think I think I give it to
It's
I
either
think
me or
because
Nate.
I think because of the lack of well, no, the honest I mean like I don't even want to be like that, but the Venom symbiote, that's not a terrible argument against me. Like I mean you can kind of turn into anything.
Yeah.
Like shape, form, and wise, but maybe I'm locked in.
Right.
I'm dialed.
And the
I'm locked
question
in.
is, like,
I can't let anything get in here.
Are Venom boobs gonna do it? Like, are they gonna?
Yeah,
Well, like,
true.
so the symbiote can like just look like a person too. It doesn't have to look like a
Yeah,
Oh,
it
I
doesn't
didn't
have to
know
be like
that.
black
Yeah.
color
Yeah,
or
that's
whatever
like,
color
you
the
know,
symbiote
like,
is.
right. Yeah. So you could
It
just
can
just
like
they
actually
tr-
look
it
like anyone it
normally
wants
is.
to.
yeah. Yeah. So
Dang.
that's
Yeah, I
like
think
why,
you're
yeah.
screwed, dude.
So in all
He's just-
reality, like my girlfriend
Exactly.
or just anyone else.
Right. Yeah.
Not anyone else.
Nate's
You know,
girlfriend, if you're
but-
watching this, just disregard that last.
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah. Just cut
Exactly. No. But
Jack, clip it.
Kryptonian abilities it might be a little bit too crazy though. Even if you can't touch me, I feel like there'd still be something to figure out.
Wait, so like you can
Trap
like,
me in something.
can you unface your body whenever you want?
I would
that.
imagine.
Ooh,
Like,
Yeah, the
Because
thing
like,
was
that's what I'm saying. You
turn
just get a
into
piece of
Phantom.
wood and like.
Oh,
then- oh.
But I'm up in the like I'm flying up in the air, just lasering fools. Like I'm not coming down there.
But okay.
I'm just crawling super fast. You got to catch me.
But I have Kryptonian speed, and you have the super speed of Quicksilver. Therefore, we're like.
So low
Yeah,
key,
right there.
yeah. Oh.
Plus, your knees are
I
all
mean-
like cut up.
I mean,
and
the
crawling on the
thing
ground.
did say super speed. We just kind of all agreed as a group. that
Right.
it was
But yeah, that was
Quicksilvers, you know.
before Kryptonian kind of.
And that
You
was
have
yeah,
a-
that
you
was
have a,
before
like,
Kryptonian came out.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, if it takes place in the Sanctuary, we have to assume it is a DC speedster. That is true.
That's
Yeah,
true
there
as
you
well,
go.
I guess.
But then again, too,
So-
what's a 2-month-old gonna do?
Yeah.
No,
with-
Either
yeah.
way,
You just got to
yeah.
catch me. You just got to
Right.
catch me.
Yeah.
That's it.
yeah.
Yeah, that my thing is like I think it would be very hard for everyone to get me, but I don't know really what I would do to anyone else other than maybe I put pause, but
If you
put
can
some
change your
wood in ya.
intangibility, you could like you could definitely like go and like put your hand through someone and then
For
turn
sure.
10.
Like
Yeah,
rip
that's
their
true.
heart
So-
in. Yeah.
Reverse flash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
All right, you're right. I got me.
Nah, I got me. So
I'll play. Everyone at home's got to let us know who's winning this one.
Wait, we do this at the end of everyone. What's y'all's superhero name?
Oh.
Ooh,
I think mine's gonna be Superwood.
Kitty
think
Pride.
that's my-
No, I'm playing.
Stripperella. R.I.P. Stan Lee.
Baby lightning.
Baby Lightning.
Mick Jagger.
Mick Jagger.
Okay.
Okay. Oh,
Can't
do you
touch
have
this.
said move? Like can't touch this.
There we go.
Wait, that's not Mick Jagger. That's
No, I was
Is
just
that-
saying it. No, that wasn't. I was saying
Yeah,
my name is
yeah,
Mick
yeah.
Jagger, and then I was just saying in general, you can't touch. Like you just can't touch
oh,
this.
okay.
Yeah, in general. Yeah.
Can't touch.
All right, y'all want to hop into a Christmas movie draft?
Yeah,
Let's
yeah,
do
let's
it.
do it.
Do I want to win a Christmas movie draft? Sure.
Hell no.
Yeah. All right. Well, we already did the picks we did a random drawing before we hopped on, and first pick goes to Payton, second pick goes to me, third pick is Nate, and fourth is Stu. So for the first overall pick, Payton, you are up.
Oh, if I get 1-1, God, this is hard for me because like I know it's like probably. Do you all have like the fans like vote on the draft, like who won? Or
I mean, pretty much. Yeah, we ask everyone.
okay,
To let
so
us know who they
for
think
me
wins.
personally, my one of one Christmas movie I gotta watch it every year is Christmas Vacation.
Okay.
Okay.
I like
I
that.
really
the
like
National
Christmas
Lampoon, right?
Vacation.
Yeah,
Okay.
That's a
Yeah.
classic.
yeah.
All
dude.
right. I'm glad I can get it. My favorite Christmas movie of all time. Second pick, I'm going Home Alone.
Okay, that's great.
Okay.
Yeah, it's hard to argue.
Let's go. Third pick. Give me Elf.
Damn it! Yeah, that was
Yeah.
gonna be the next one.
I was
Yeah.
gonna take it, and I was like, I love Home Alone too much.
About
I'm surprised I got that in the third.
All right. My first pick, I'll take How the Grinch Stole Christmas. And
Okay.
then
which. Hold on.
Well,
which
yeah,
one?
yeah,
wait.
yeah.
The
You got
live
3 of
action
them.
one, the first.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
With
Okay.
Jim Carrey.
Jim Carrey. Gotcha.
And then second up, I'll take A Christmas Carol.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh.
All right. Let's see. Is it me?
Oh,
That's
it's back
Nate.
to me.
Okay. Yeah.
Serpentine.
Snake draft. I gotcha.
Let's see here. My next pick, my second pick. It's a classic, and I'm doing it for the people. Give me Polar Express.
That's fair.
I'm not a Polar Express guy. I know people
Same.
love it. People
Yeah.
love it. People are passionate about that.
It's
movie.
a classic. It's a classic.
Yeah.
It's a classic.
Yeah.
It is.
You're doing
Iconic.
it for the people. Do it for
Yeah,
the
it's
people.
iconic.
Yeah.
I do like it though. I do like it.
Yeah.
For my second pick, I'm rocking with my man Cornelius. I'm going Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
That's a good one. That's a really
Yeah.
good one. Yeah.
Solid.
Nice.
Yeah. That's it's that you don't want to talk about classic. I mean, that's a super ableist movie though. You know,
Oh,
like,
Yeah.
but yeah, that's all right. So I can't believe this is still on the board, but I gotta go A Christmas Story. Ralphie, you know, the little, you know, I mean, that's
Yeah.
Good one.
it plays all day on Christmas every day, you know, I mean,
That's a good
Every
pick.
day,
And you get
every
2 now
year.
since it's back to you.
okay, so I'm snake draft. This one's gonna be a little odd. This one might be for I don't know. This could be for a very specific audience, and it also might be maybe not a Christmas movie, but I would go The Nightmare Before Christmas. Some people call it a Halloween movie.
I think it's totally. I mean, it's
I
literally got
count it as a
Christmas in the
Christmas
name of the
movie.
movie. Yeah.
Yeah, it has
Yeah.
Christmas in it. I consider it a Christmas movie.
Okay,
Yeah.
I gotcha.
I think that's
yeah,
fair.
that's for very if there's any like golf listeners, like I've got you.
God,
You know what I mean?
There you go. There you go.
For all the big titty goth girls at home.
Yeah,
Um,
you got my heart.
All right, for my third pick, another animated classic for me, I have to go A Charlie Brown Christmas.
Okay,
that
yeah,
was- that
I would
was-
take
Yeah,
it.
solid.
That's just what I was gonna take. Oh gosh. You know what? Who cares if what anyone says about if it counts or not? I'm doing it for
Are you-
the people at home. Die Hard.
I knew, yeah.
I got to. I got
I
to.
knew
Flag
it.
on the
Good
flag.
one.
Flag.
No.
Nah, I
I thought
count it.
mine was contentious.
No, it's a Christmas movie.
All right. I'm gonna take Frosty the Snowman, the
Yeah,
animated one.
yeah.
I was thinking
Old
about it.
school.
Good one.
That's like
Eh,
the
yeah. And then I'm gonna take Santa Claus 1.
okay.
the first
Yeah,
one.
that's good.
Yeah. Tim Allen.
Already.
Who is it? Wait, is it Nate?
Me. Back
Okay.
to me again. It's really tough. Pretty much everything I wanted is gone by now. Let's go with I'd say it's a Christmas movie. Gremlins.
Oh, okay.
Wouldn't you say?
All
I
right.
mean, yeah. I'd say
Yeah,
it's
Yeah,
Christmas.
I'd take the Christmas movie for sure.
I'm doing
All
it.
right. One of my favorite rom-coms of all time. I'm gonna have to go Love Actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
The
right.
cue card scene.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah. Damn. All right. Let me see here. I think okay. What about the can I do the original Grinch, the animated one from like the 90s? Okay. That's what that'll be my fourth and final.
Oh, you get
Or
five.
no, do we 5?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
sorry, my bad.
5,
I was
yeah.
thinking Mount Rushmore for a second.
Fair. Totally fair. So you get one more because of Serpentine.
Oh shit. Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no.
Serpentine.
Snake draft. Oh, I'm gonna go Home Alone 2.
Dang it.
Yeah.
That was my last pick.
Yeah. I'm gonna go Home
All
Alone
right.
2.
This one, very, very niche. I don't think a lot of people will probably have. Y'all have probably seen it. I'm gonna have to go with the animated Adam Sandler classic,
Oh,
Crazy Nights.
shit.
Eight Crazy Nights.
Damn it. I love that movie.
Damn.
Sleeper pick.
God,
That is a
I love
banger.
that movie.
That's a banger. Okay.
Hold up. Can I throw a flag? It's a
For
Hanukkah
what?
movie.
It's a what?
Hanukkah movie.
You're not lying. You're not wrong.
I mean, it's.
I mean, you're not wrong.
I'm just really jealous that you took that.
So wait, are we calling it? Is it safe?
I mean, I'm a guest. I can't do that, you know.
Sure you can.
Sure you can.
Don't take it from me.
Yeah, no, I think it's fun.
It counts. It counts. Holiday movie.
Yeah, it's a holiday movie. Yeah.
We rock
Okay,
with Hanukkah.
Yeah.
To me, this is just one of my personal favorites. I think it's a really, really good movie. The animated recent 2019 Claus movie.
Okay.
Okay, I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen
it.
Yeah, I really enjoy it.
Last up, just because I love this movie so much, I'm gonna take The Night Before.
Okay.
Okay, Seth Rogen. You were
I
telling
don't
me
think
about
I've seen
that.
it, but I know.
Oh,
I've seen it
Anthony
before,
Mackie.
or I've
Yeah,
seen-
they play
I've heard it.
Runaway on the little
Yeah.
piano.
Yeah, on the piano. Okay,
Yep.
I gotcha.
I still need to watch that.
So
Sweet.
good.
Well, there we go. We got our lists.
Everyone
Best
in the
top 5
comments, make sure
Christmas
you spam how
movies,
much I won.
Drafts. Nah, I won
Yeah.
that one. Come on. We got Die Hard. Die Hard
Dude,
over
I
here.
got to go on my list. Jim Carrey.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
elf,
true.
bro.
That's true.
You ain't wrong though. You're not wrong.
I think I had a road game though. If people like animation, I might have won.
I
True.
like the animation.
True. We'll have to see. Everyone let us know.
Yeah. Any honorable mentions? Do you all do those?
We
Ooh.
can. Yeah, I had Arthur Christmas. I really like
Yeah,
Arthur
Arthur Christmas is
Yeah.
good. What's
I like the
Jingle All
Jack
the Way.
Frost
the
movies.
Guardians movie? With
Yeah,
like
those.
Jack
The
Frost.
Jack Frost. Yeah, I
Dude,
like those movies.
bro,
Oh
so
yeah,
good.
yeah, that is
Yeah.
right.
To be honest,
you
I
know
wanted to
that
take them,
Jingle
but I
All the Way with
couldn't remember what
Arnold?
they're called.
The Year Without a Santa Claus.
Ooh.
The old like
Yeah.
claymation thing.
Yeah.
Like the
Yeah,
Mis-
those were.
yeah.
Yeah.
Freeze
One that
Monster.
I'm just now thinking of,
No,
a
Monster.
Medea Christmas.
Oh,
Dude.
That's a big miss.
Yeah, that's a
Swing and a
big
miss,
miss. I
yeah.
love Medea Christmas.
How do you all feel about the post Macaulay Culkin Home Alones? Yeah, that's
Yeah,
same,
no.
same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, I wanted to take the second one, but I already had the first one, and I was like, I'm gonna put some variety on here.
Right.
Because
Yeah,
the second one's actually my favorite of the two, but the
Yeah.
first one's more
Dude,
iconic.
it is way more
Rudolph
iconic.
was a steal. Rudolph
was a
that was
steal.
good.
That's what
I
was.
almost picked Rudolph.
Yeah.
That was a good pick.
All right, guys, you ready to hop into our weekly pull list? We're going to be doing it a little bit different this week, and we are going to have our favorite variant of each 3 comic that we pick. And we're, of course, going to do our favorite variant of the week as well.
Or just favorite cover in general for each.
Yeah,
Oh,
favorite
okay,
cover.
gotcha.
It doesn't have to
Yeah.
just have to be variant. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Just basically, so it's what we're actually going to be picking up.
Yeah. For me, it's everything, every variant for every issue, because I have a problem.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so starting
this
off with
is
number
cool.
3, I have this friend Francisco Matina. Is that his name? Something like that. His
Mhm, I
variant
believe
for
so.
Batman Off-World number 2. I actually wasn't super excited going into the first issue, and then I read it, and now I'm hyped because Jason Aaron's killing it. So
Yeah.
super hyped to see what he does in number 2.
I met him in LA. He's really actually super cool and down to earth.
Oh,
He's
that's
dope.
awesome.
And he's about to start Action Comics, so I'm,
Yeah.
I'm sure he's
Mhm.
going to take off with that too.
I mean,
Yeah, but he's
Marvel
only doing
Legend.
3 issues.
Oh,
Oh,
well.
That sucks. Yeah.
So there's maybe a little transitional period. Interesting.
Well, so he said they're going to do that the entire year. That it's just going to be like a new writer every 3 or 4 books.
oh,
Okay.
Oh wow,
That's not that bad. Yeah.
interesting.
interesting. It'll be
Yeah.
cool to see what happens.
Yeah.
Number 2, I have Justice League versus Godzilla versus Kong number 3. We just got Godzilla smoking Superman, so I'm ready to see him get back up and knock the crap out of Godzilla.
Dude,
And I
yeah.
got this
Yeah.
dope variant. Like, look at that.
Oh yeah.
Beautiful.
that is sick. That's an awesome shot.
Yeah.
And then
I-
number
I'm super
1,
hyped for that.
I got Nightwing number 109, the Dan Mora variant, of course.
Dan Mora.
I'm just
Oh,
excited to see where
yeah.
this pirate arc is going. So hyped to kind of see, where Tom
Dude.
Taylor's going to take this.
I really hope that he kind of like puts that suit on, like what he has on right
Right.
there.
Dude,
I
I
know
know.
is what he
Sick.
wears.
But I don't know because in
Nightcrawler
the other
vibes.
variant with him and Barbara like
Yeah.
kissing, he's just wearing like a
Yeah,
normal.
that's true.
Yeah, he's
White,
got the
yeah.
like
So-
shirt open.
Yeah,
True.
classic romance. And then my variant of the week is this Superman number 9 by Michael
Oh,
Bennett,
that's
with
sick.
a classic
Yeah.
homage to like Action Comics number 1 with Santa. Absolutely love it.
That's so
Yeah.
funny.
I love that. All right, for me, coming in at number 3, we've been talking about it a lot. Every week this is coming out. It's in my top 3. World's Finest, Batman, Superman. We in Kingdom Come, Mark Waid's cooking.
Yeah.
And then number 2, I got Superman 9. I'm going to be getting this Redondo variant. Redondo's
Loved it.
also on Interiors for a little bit. I cannot wait. Spider-Boy #2. I really, 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 really enjoyed the first issue. I'm super excited for this, and I'm definitely going to be picking up this Ski Chalet variant.
That
That's
variant's
fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Super clean. But my cover of the week, of course, David Nakayama. Y'all know me. He's my
Love DNA.
favorite. This is an amazing, amazing A cover. So
Catwoman does things to me.
yeah, that's true. #1.
And then at #3 on my list this week, I also have Superman #9, the Redondo cover, and I'm hyped for this.
Big time.
At #2, I got the Dan Mora Nightwing 109. Like Brandon was saying, I'm hyped to see what he's about to do in the pirate arc. Hopefully it goes somewhere. And then #1, Batman and Superman World's Finest, issue 22. Still in the Kingdom Come arc, and it's been solid so far.
Yeah.
I didn't even see that it was coming out. I don't know why that wasn't in my top 3. I would have put that over Offworld, to be honest. I think I just skipped over it.
That's fair.
Dude, yeah, that's what I was saying earlier. Is like those 3 books. Like this week in comics is always like my favorite week because I get to read those 3.
Oh yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
And then my cover of the week is the Justice League vs. Godzilla vs. Kong. Superman staring Godzilla's ass down. We're about to see what happens.
That's clean. Do you think we're gonna get one of like Batman staring down like King
Dude,
Kong?
that would be nuts.
Well, I mean, it's if anything though. I mean, Ollie's going to be the one like taking on Kong at first, right?
Yeah,
like,
true.
Yeah, because he's on the island.
Yeah. Which
That
is
is
like,
true.
what the hell's he going to do? You know? But,
Hey, he'll figure it out. He's goated.
Yeah,
I mean,
he
did take out Aquaman with 1 arrow in Deceased. So.
Exactly.
So I'm super excited about issue 3 of Silent Night. We kind of talked earlier in the episode about issue 2. I absolutely love 2, and this is a Dan Mora cover, right?
Yep.
Okay, yeah, the dude absolutely. I love everyone he draws, but like his Diana is just chef's kiss. I mean,
100%.
But yeah, no, I mean, I really, like I said, give me like superheroes with Santa Claus, I'm gonna eat it up. I mean, that's just every time. But yeah, no, and it's a kick-ass story, so I'm really excited to see where they go with this, especially with the big cliffhanger after issue 2.
100%.
Yeah, so I figured I'd give Marvel some love. I know you all are like pretty DC heavy. Ben Percy has actually been like doing a really really like fun thing with Wolverine. So like for the past I think 5 or 6 issues, every issue he has a different like buddy cop dynamic with another hero, and I'm really excited about like Spider-Man. So he's done like Cap, he's done Hulk, he did Black Panther last issue. He's doing Spider-Man this time. So it's been actually he did a big like crossover with Ghost Rider too recently. So this has been really fun, and I'm excited to see where they go with this. And like actually this might tie back into the Fall of X because Wolverine's kind of been off on his own thing a little bit. But clearly we got the Sentinels and stuff going on in the background. So
yeah, no, that sounds super dope.
That looks dope.
Yeah,
that does look good.
And then yeah, I love Superman. I can't go on enough about Joshua Williamson's run. Obviously we got. I wish I would have put the Redondo variant on there. I kind of missed the message there a little bit, but also I didn't realize Redondo is going to be on interiors. I might cry because I'm so happy that I learned that information. But no, I mean that's awesome because he just draws an incredible Superman. But I'm really interested to see where this like farm and graft like story kind of goes. That they've been building up for a while. I know that like I think like kind of what we talked about earlier with like Taylor and taking forever to get to the payoff of Heartless, and he still hasn't done it. I think where Williamson is doing a great job is like, yes, we've had other villains, yes, we've had other storylines mixed in, but like Farm and Graft, the presence have been felt the entire time, and like we're gonna
100%.
get to we're getting somewhere with them quick.
Yeah, I cannot wait.
Yeah, so this is my cover. I don't like, so I didn't know if it was supposed to be a cover of one of the books I picked, or if we could just do it.
No, you can do whatever.
Okay, so I just love Ryan Stegman. Yeah, like like everything Steggy does is like the best to me.
Yeah, I mean, he's one of the goats. He's one of the goats
with him now.
But that cover is amazing.
Yeah, dude, it's sick. The Cyclopsy that he's got going on is the only thing that's a little like in my face. But I don't know why.
I didn't even realize.
Yeah. But other than that, like I said, the cover's perfect. I love like that's my favorite iteration of the original team that I've seen, like as far as them drawing it, or Stegman drawing it. And Angel actually looks cool.
He
which is hard for them to do
Yeah.
because that character kind of sucks. But but yeah, no. The only thing about this, and I want to warn people right now, is Stegman is doing the cover, and then Greg Land is doing the interior. So that is like should be illegal. That has to be the biggest case of like comic book catfishing I've ever seen in my life.
Oh
But
man,
like that like would be like shock value to see somebody like opening like going from this cover to Greg Land's interior art. So
I'll just buy it.
I am excited for that book though.
yeah, I am buying it for
I'm
the cover
excited.
100%.
Oh yeah,
I actually
same.
don't like the original X-Men suits, but in that art style, it looks.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
They
I
look
don't.
heat.
Yeah, I've never
look
cared for them
badass in
until I
that.
saw Stegman do it. So
yeah, that looks amazing.
yeah,
But there we go. That's our poll list. So everyone, make sure check out the LCSs and everything on Wednesdays. There's lots of more stuff coming out. These are big weeks.
for sure, for sure.
But that's gonna go ahead and do it for this episode of the Hall of Nerds podcast. But because it's the holiday season, we are gonna not be posting an episode next week. But don't worry, because we're gonna be back on the 31st with a banger end of the year episode.
There we go.
So from all of us at the Hall of Nerds, we hope you guys have an amazing holiday.
And we want to thank. Oh yeah, and we want to thank each of you for supporting us, watching us, and nerding out with us.
And yep, like we were probably thinking before we signed off, Payton, thank you for coming on, man. It was a great
thank you
time.
all so much for having me. Yeah, I mean it's been a blast. I enjoyed. We're gonna have to do this again sometime. Want to remind everybody about the Allstar Kickstarter and tell all the listeners, have a happy holidays, Merry Christmas, whatever you celebrate. Thanks for letting me come on and crash your guys' favorite podcast.
Totally, yeah, and like he said, everyone, please check out his Kickstarter down below for Allstar. We'll have it linked in the bio and all that good stuff. So please
got
give
what
that
9 days left.
9 days as of right now.
9 days. Everyone go support it.
Get in there, everyone.
So with that being said, nerd on.
Nerd out.